Weights have been lifted. Sprints have been run. Preparation for today's game is history. It's time to get it done. You're listening on MichiganSportsRadio.com.
Running for titles in the Upper Peninsula, and why is this football team playing that football team in round one? We'll explain. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. The football playoffs start this week with 256 teams and 11-player and 32 8-player teams all qualifying for the postseason. You watch the selection show on Valley Sports Detroit and have studied the pairings on MHSAA.com, but how did those matchups come to be? What goes into placing 288 teams in 10 different divisions? All season long, teams earn playoff points by 1. Beating teams, and 2. Having their opponents win games. The system values playing a strong schedule. After 9 games, the 32 teams with the most points in the 8 11-player divisions and the top 16 teams in the 2 8-player divisions all qualify for the field. And then the fun starts. For each division, all teams are placed on a map and drawn into 4-team districts. Sometimes there is an easy, natural grouping. Other times you're choosing which of 2 teams goes to the UP to play and which might head south a couple hours. Travel considerations and proximity to highways are key factors when placing teams. Once districts are selected, they are paired into regions, with 2 regions on opposite sides of the bracket. Those brackets are double and triple checked and then published online after the selection show. Lastly, what happens if 2 teams tie for the last spot in a division? If 2 teams have equal playoff points, the first tiebreaker is head-to-head. If the teams didn't play each other, it goes to opponent's winning percentage. And if that's still tied, it comes down to a good old-fashioned coin flip. That's happened once in 2019. Game balls this week go to Detroit Catholic Central soccer player Drew Pearson. He tallied 3 goals in a 5-0 win over South Lyon, powering DCC to a district title. Shepherd senior runner Ariel Warner, she posted the second fastest time at the Jack Pine Conference Jamboree, helping Shepherd to a 13th straight league title. And to Colon wide receiver Justin Wicke, he caught 2 touchdowns in a 60-14 win over Teconsha, setting an 8-player single-season record in the process. He's now at 28 touchdown catches this year.
Need money for college? You need My Student Aid. My Student Aid is the go-to resource that helps Michigan families find money to pay for college. Plus, they'll guide you through the financial aid process and answer any questions you have. For grants, scholarships, and more, connect with My Student Aid, helping make college affordable for everyone. Learn more at michigan.gov/MIStudentAid.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with the MHSAA's Sam Davis.
You know, cross-country regionals are this weekend, and the top 3 teams will automatically qualify for the state finals. If a school finishes 4th in the regional meet with 4 or more runners in the top 20 places, and 8 or more complete teams finish the race, that school will also qualify a team for the final meet. But what happens if there's a tie between 2 teams? When there is a tie in team scoring, it shall be resolved by comparing the 6th-place finishers from the tying teams. The team with the best 6th-place finisher shall prevail. If one team does not have a 6th-place finisher, the team with the 6th-place finisher shall prevail. If only 5 competitors of tying teams finish, the tie shall be resolved by totaling the scores of the first 4 finishers and the team with the lower score breaking that tie and advancing.
Thanks, Sam. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you are interested, go to the MHSAA website now to register. While football playoffs are just getting started, the Upper Peninsula cross-country champs have been crowned. Starting with the girls, in Division I, Marquette narrowly beat out 2-time defending champ Houghton. Hancock repeats as the Division II champs. And Munising is your D3 champ. The Mustangs have now won back-to-back-to-back titles. On the boys' side, Marquette captured its 4th straight title. Painesdale Jeffers repeats as D2 champs, and in Division III, Stevenson ran first, improving on a runner-up finish from last year. Congratulations to everyone on a great cross-country season in the UP. Next up are the Lower Peninsula Cross Country Championships from MIS on November 5th. The Boys Soccer Championships are also on November 5th. 2 weeks after that are the Volleyball Championships, as well as the Lower Peninsula Girls Swimming and Diving Championships. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll see you next week.
Away, a short kick that is taken at the 14-yard line with a beat off step by Tyson Mann. Shimmies over the 30, burst to speed at the 40, right sideline 50, look, get away from the tackle, walking the tightrope at the 30, 25-20, all alone, 10-5, touchdown Granville! End around give Destin Piggy. Left side has a whole bunch of space at the 30. Outside the numbers 25-20. He's got a block at the 5. Diving down towards the end zone. Touchdown, Destin Piggy.
He had 6 total touchdowns. Fake handoff. Keeper left side over the 45-yard line. Outside the numbers of the 40. 35-30. Left sideline 20. 15. 10. 5. Touchdown. 7 touchdowns for Mason McKenzie. And Caledonia has just about served this one up on ice.
They pitch it right side. Cam Chandler, whole bunch of space, cuts it up. He's in. Unity Christian is the highest scoring team in the history of MHSAA football. Welcome to game night, and welcome to the MHSAA playoffs. The opening night of the postseason brings a clash of classic championship-bred brands in West Michigan. It's Zeeland West and Lowell in Division III. My name is Nate Dreyer here with Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio, and we're so excited to bring it to you tonight. Again, a classic battle, two battle-tested, tough programs getting ready to go at it tonight here at Zeeland Stadium, and the winner gets to move on while the loser sees their season come to a close here as we open up the Division III playoffs. So much to get to here on our Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show, and we're going to get to all of that right after this. We're going to quick step aside. When we come back, we're going to go to our clip from the MGN Football Tailgate Report, our weekly show that we put out onto the MGN YouTube and other pages where myself and Chandler Timmer, who is unfortunately unable to be with us tonight, will break down some of what you can expect from tonight's game. Going to be a great one. The Red Arrows and the Ducks just about a half hour away, or less than that, about 20 minutes away now on this one. This is the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show on Michigan Game Night. We'll be right back here from Zeeland.
The sinister cries haunted Mary through the night. Dawn neared, and still the voice tormented her. She ran towards the safety of her car, flung open the door, and a coyote had somehow gotten locked inside. But the damaged interior was covered, thanks to Farmers Insurance. Coyote Carpool, August 1st, 2015. Talk to a farmer's agent. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today, 616-531-3441. A proud supporter of MichiganGameNight.com.
I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Recently, I read this statement. When it comes to developing intimacy remotely, sometimes it's better to be heard and not seen. That got me thinking, and I discovered that since this pandemic began, voice-only calls have increased by 78%, and the length of these calls has also increased. Today, Zoom is touted as the savior of business, academia, and keeping families connected. But there is some evidence that video apps make us feel awkward and unfulfilled. There's even an app available that rates your background when you're on Zoom. Then there's the phone, which is basically a handheld texting machine, a social networking black hole. But mouth-to-ear communication is on the rise, and it is most welcome. Like I said earlier, sometimes it's better to be heard and not seen. At Centennial Securities, we love hearing from you, even if we can't always see you. If you're a Centennial client, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Centennial Securities Company, member SIPC and FINRA.
Zeeland West, it's the Ducks versus the Red Arrows of Lowell and Chandler. These are really just, as I wrote, two classic West Michigan teams. They embody traditional power football, state championship history, I mean, you wish that Noel Dean was still at Lowell. If you had Shillito versus Dean, what kind of coaching battle that would be. But a good staff in place at Lowell now. Just it's power. I mean, it's both teams have tweaked. Zeeland West has not tweaked their offense. Lowell has tweaked their offense, maybe just a touch over the years, but still kind of the same basic things that they always have traditionally run. It's going to be tough. This is going to be a war.
Yeah, it is. I mean, kind of a classic power on power first round of the playoffs matchup here. I think definitely when you're looking at two teams that pride themselves on being tough and playing the style of football that's going to win in the playoffs, these are two teams that throughout the years have done just that. And I think exciting to see them match up in the first round.
Kind of a tough-ish break for them too, because they do escape some of the other big D3 teams. Think of Cedar Springs and Zeeland and Muskegon. They wound up escaping, but you have to play each other in the first round in a 2-3 game. So that certainly is tough, especially for an 8-1 Zeeland West team who only lost to a D2 Mona Shores team. That's a little tough. I think for me to swallow this, and I'm a 2 seed and I have to play Lowell in the first round, who plays a lot of big teams in the OK White. Let's take a look at each of these teams. First off, Lowell. I'm calling it a pro-style multiple offense. What do I mean by that exactly? Well, it's a lot of power looks, a lot of different things, but they run literally everything. Their base is probably an I form. Running some options, some looks out of that. They run some single back, some shotgun, normally just 2 wide receiver, kind of more power sets. Even like you saw in that first play, they run some ski gun like we saw last week. I mean, this is, if you like power football, this is every offense, like I do. Like, this is one of my favorite offenses in the West Michigan area because they just show you a little bit of absolutely everything. Like, they're going to be fun to call.
Yeah, I think an offense that keeps it creative. I mean, at their core, like you said, they're going to run a lot of power football. They're going to run the ball, but they mix up the looks enough to kind of keep it interesting. They run different formations, keeps the defense, keeps them focused on where guys are lining up, different formations that they're going to throw at you, but kind of still running the same type of offense.
Yeah, it's going to start with their quarterback, Jackson Reisbig, the junior, solid, multifaceted quarterback. Runs the ball well when he needs to run the ball well, throws well, especially on shorter, precise passing, kind of dink and dunk. You hit it with the option, just chunk your way down the field. He's very good at just doing the precise plays that need to be done.
Yeah, I think, they kind of keep it West Coast in a sense that way, where they're not really throwing the football down the field, taking deep shots, and I think that plays into part of the power run game as well, where they utilize their weapons on the outside when they've got 1 or 2 wide receiver sets, but utilize the short passing game to where they can get some quick hitter throws and get the ball out quick to their playmakers.
And this game right here against Forest Hill Central, pretty much the closest anyone's gotten to Forest Hill Central all year, and it shows their style. 14-7, they ground you down. Look at 108 passing yards, 106 rushing yards. Pretty darn balanced, and that's kind of how they're going to want to do it all the time, and that's what we can expect to see. Some other guys, Aiden Fitzpatrick is their kind of leading wide receiver, cornerback, of course, very good defensive unit we can talk about. They tackle well, they play well in the secondary. That's big against stopping the T, so you can look to him. A couple good guys in the backfield. They'll mix things up. Kind of their lead running back will also go and play some fullback, and they'll kind of move him around. So they do a lot of unique things, does Lowell, to get through. But Zeeland West, John Shillito is the head coach, Chandler. That means it's going to be right there for one of the best darn run power T's you're going to see, and this year is once again, no exception with what the Ducks bring.
Yeah, I mean, year after year, they just continue to run it back. I mean, with Coach Shillito there, they make the playoffs almost every year, basically every year, and he's got them ready to make a run once again, a very successful regular season. As you said, 1 loss to a very good team there, but I think definitely a team that is going to execute. They know they've been here before, and they'll be ready for sure.
And it's both sides of the ball. They're technically sound. They run to the ball. They tackle. They make plays. They break things open. Their running back group is pretty simple. Skylar Gurink is the one tailback. Parker Holman, the fullback. They don't mix it up much. They're going to stick with most of the same 3, but the guy I want to focus on is Parker Holman, the fullback. Seen him breaking a couple different plays on this highlight. I mean, he is a dynamic fullback. He really runs well out of the trap and some other options as well. When you have a fullback, listen, we know how to talk about the team. When you have a fullback that is that dynamic and can do so many different things, run with some power, run with some speed, it just adds so much to a T offense.
Yeah, it does. I mean, that really opens things up when you've got a guy at the fullback position that can get you some tough yards when you need it, but also if he's able to, if there's a missed assignment defensively or an opening along the defensive defensive line. He's going to make you pay for it. Got the speed to get to the next level as well.
He reminds me, saw that last play, and he reminds me a little bit, if you're a Bulldog fan, of almost a little bit bigger version of Carson Kopko. He kind of bounces, springs his way through the open field. I mean, Kopko is one of the best in terms of Bulldogs running backs at weaving. He does a little bit of that. Just so very solid. They run the T so well. When it comes to fakes, when it comes to those sort of elements, that is what always makes them so good. Trevor Waller, second-year senior quarterback, very precise as well. That's the main thing that Lowell's going to have to deal with is the preciseness and the crispness, I think, is the best way to put it, of running a T. You know, we have the ability to watch the T often, and you know, I think we've seen when it's working, when it's not. This one works because it so often is just precise. They make the fakes. They don't make mistakes in how it's run, and they put the defense just that bit of hesitation on the back foot.
Yeah, I mean, it makes it so difficult. Keeping a defense honest, really keeping them, you know, there's really no room for error across the board, any position when you play a T team like that, because they continue to run their offense. Each play sets up the next. They don't hurt themselves. They don't go backwards on plays. They put themselves in good situations, and they just continue to wear you down.
Daniel the deer danced everywhere. He pranced through fields and jigged through rivers. Then he saw it. What a stage! A place no deer had dared dance before. The hood of a brand new car. And the car was covered, thanks to Farmers Insurance. Deer Dance Floor, December 1st, 2014. Talk to a farmer's agent. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today, 616-531-3441. A proud supporter of MichiganGameNight.com.
And welcome back, everyone, to Zeeland Stadium and Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. It is the MGN Road to Ford Field. Nate Dreyer with you here tonight at Zeeland. Very excited to get this one away. Really exciting night on the whole as well. Debuting, as you can see, this new graphics package that we have for our playoff run. Also, during halftime throughout the night, cool new segment where we'll be able to go through live scores on screen through MichiganSportsRadio.com and the live score tab. So make sure we'll keep up with that all night long. Lowell and Zeeland West in this Division III district semifinal, pre-district, whatever you may call it tonight, that opens things up. This is the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. All right, so on that last tailgate report clip, went through some of the keys to this game, some of the big names that you can certainly expect to see in this contest. What about some X factors tonight between these two classic, powerful, plenty of championships in these two West Michigan brands over the past 20 years or so, or really, for Zeeland West in the last 15 years since the school split and they were formed, and then, of course, Lowell going back to Noel Dean's great run, Jacob Hennigy, now the head coach there, and, of course, John Shillito runs the sidelines for Zeeland West. X factors, Zeeland West, a couple interesting things. First off, the running back group. We mentioned it. Orlando Roblin has been out the last few weeks. He's been one of their kind of critical running backs on the outside. Filling in for him has been the sophomore, Brody Moss, who you also see at defensive end. I think he still is going to be a big X factor tonight, a guy that has watched that role really grow in recent weeks because of the injury, and he is the kind of guy, if you see Roblin get borrowed up, if you see maybe Parker Holman, the critical fullback who's got 15-plus touchdowns on the year, maybe get barreled up in the middle of the offense, he might be someone to watch for Lowell. A lot of different guys to look to. We mentioned, of course, the quarterback play going to be so critical for them in Jackson Reisbig, who comes to 9 passing and 18 rushing touchdowns on the season. You look maybe to their tailback then, Tacho Gonzalez. Most of the talk, like I said, around Reisbig, both carrying and throwing the ball, but around the goal line, Gonzalez is the guy to go to. They'll mix things up as well. You'll see some use as well as their fullback, Carson Craze. You'll see a little bit of Ethan Krieger finding his way in. They'll mix things up in terms of that backfield look and what they may be doing, but Gonzalez, the guy that definitely will be the one that primarily lead the way. He has 7 rushing touchdowns on the year. So when they get around the goal line, you can look to Reisbig, of course, but I think Gonzalez is the guy that also you can look to. And that Lowell offense, it's so multiple despite being powerful. Some from the gun, some from the I form, some even from the pistol, running kind of some of the different sets if you tune into MGN that we saw last week when we saw Mona Shores and Muskegon. So a lot of really unique things that will be up for grabs in that regard in terms of some of those kind of key X factors, matchups to watch here tonight. The quarterback battle couldn't be more different. And what you're going to see, Jackson Reisbig does everything for this Lowell football team through the air, on the ground. As I mentioned, 18 rushing touchdowns, nearly 10 passing touchdowns as well to go along with that. But for Zeeland West, second-year quarterback Trevor Waller, just 2 total touchdowns on the year, 1 on the ground, 1 through the air. They don't throw the ball very much. They don't even run the bootleg keeper with him very much. So his role is very much as an orchestrator versus a playmaker, this option that, of course, Coach Shillito always asks for his guys and his quarterbacks to be able to do. Run that offense to perfection. Run the different fakes, the different looks that make the power T offense so difficult. That's exactly what Waller has the ability to do, handing off to this trio of very exciting and dangerous running backs that Zeeland West brings. This game is going to be power on power. They do it in different ways, but both teams want to run the ball, control the trenches. That'll be interesting to watch. And then coming off of that, the pass game may be a key. If things are a deadlock there, who has the ability to go to the air? You would, of course, expect, based on the way things are even set up, that Lowell's the team better set to go to the air. But maybe look out to what might be up the sleeve for Zeeland West. Trevor Waller, last year as a first-year starter as a junior, threw the ball quite a bit more than he has so far throughout this year. That's going to be something certainly critical to watch. So Scott Bates, Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. We're going to step aside one last time. When we come back, let's get you some keys to the games and get to kickoff. It's almost time for playoffs here in Division III. Can't wait to get it underway.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
Need to replace that worn-out carpet or floor? Floor Coverings International makes it easy. They bring their mobile showroom to you. Save yourself the trip and gas shopping around. See a wide selection of carpet, hardwood, laminate, and vinyl in the lighting of your own home. Go to floorcoveringsinternational.com today for your free consultation. Work with one team for a hassle-free experience from the quote to installation. And each Floor Coverings International business is independently owned and operated, so they are local business owners in our community. Floor Coverings International, the flooring store at your door.
Hello, West Michigan sports fans. I am Mark Kimball. I'm president of the Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame. This is our 50th year, and in our 50th year, we like to sit around and chat about all the great things that have happened in the world of sports in our community. I need your help in helping me remember which of those athletes, teams, and events were the most important or the most fun for you to participate in. We're running a series of surveys that are asking for your input in identifying your favorite sporting event over the last 50 years. Some of my favorite events were the very first Whitecaps game or the very first Hoops game. What were your favorite events? And then I like to think about who are the best athletes that we've seen in the last 50 years, both from a female and a male perspective. And finally, tell me who your favorite team is and what they accomplished over the last 50 years. I look forward to hearing from you on your favorite sports memory.
Welcome back to game night as the Ducks are finding their way out of the tunnel and onto the field here at Zeeland Stadium, led by head coach John Shillito. Lowell and Zeeland West tonight here on MGN. So excited, of course, to get this one underway here this evening. It will be Zeeland West kicking the ball away after they deferred the option to start this game out. So we'll get to see that Lowell offense come on the field. So let's get to the keys to the game for Lowell. I think you're kind of talking about, and this is such a basic notion to get into, if you're talking about needing to make plays early, you know, I think they have a chance to get Zeeland West on their heels. You're talking about a physical, kind of tough man-on-man type of game. The big playability may somewhat be with Lowell a little bit more. They have to do that. And for Zeeland West, it's playing the T game plan. It's controlling the football. It's doing those sort of little things that not turning the ball over, being able to get that movement that'll be so critical for them. Remember, Zeeland West, of course, beat Muskegon earlier this year, which we saw last week on game night, the explosiveness that team can bring to the table. So that's the sort of thing that this game's going to be going on. What can Lowell do as the Red Arrows are finding their way onto the field right now under head coach Jacob Hennege? The question with Lowell, can they get those explosive plays early? Can they get Zeeland West maybe a little uncomfortable on their heels that a T offense may not always like to be, and maybe force a T offense that does not throw the football really at all, having to throw that football just a little bit more? It's going to be fascinating to see. I mean, this is one of those games here in Division III, and you know the winners got St. Joe versus East Grand Rapids in the next game, of course. You look at Zeeland West, maybe wants some of their revenge against St. Joe as well going ahead. It's going to be a fascinating matchup, though. It's tough. The great part about this game that I'm excited about is the classic brands that you have, of course. Think of all the championships both of these teams have won, the physical nature of each of these teams traditionally. It's going to be a ton of fun all night long, and looking forward to it. Zeeland West, or Lowell, I should say, has blown through the banner that they had down on the field. Both teams starting to find their way along the sideline for the national anthem. So with that, we also will step aside here from our Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. When we come back, it's time for playoff football. Can't wait to get it underway. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio.
A sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make your community a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
Bowling is a great time that combines great friends, football, and bowling. Compete against your friends or family, throwing a football at 10 real bowling pins. You can bring in your own food, or they have a pair of 45-foot bars featuring soft drinks and adult beverages. Visit foldingwarehouse.com, Grand Rapids, to reserve your lanes.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
And welcome back, everyone, to Zeeland Stadium. Nate Dreyer with you here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Just about time to get this one going. It's the Ducks and the Red Arrows. Zeeland West getting ready with Chase Howerda to kick this one away from right to left across the radio dial as we will get the playoffs underway. Zeeland West in the home green uniforms, helmets all dark green. The pants are white. The traveling white uniforms for Lowell with the red numbers and a black helmet with that very famous Lowell number across it. Howerda right to left puts the ball in the air. He'll angle this one down inside the 10-yard line where it's taken by Connor Lixie outside the right hash as he spins to the 25-yard line where he's immediately engulfed and brought down by Brody Smyers, the sophomore defensive end running back a little bit as well, that's making his return to this Zeeland West lineup this week after a few weeks out. So now we'll get to see Jackson Reisbig, the very dangerous junior quarterback, lead the offense for head coach Jacob Hennigy. This is a Lowell offense that has averaged 37.3 points per game on the year. They have shown how dangerous they are offensively all year long, and they'll start at their own 25-yard line on the right hash mark here from Zeeland Stadium. A road game for Lowell, of course, to open the playoffs. It'll be interesting to see how they handle the environment. They'll go empty backfield on a unique look to them with a 3 wide receiver set with the 2 tight ends from that 25. They motion the tailback Carson Crace now to the left hip of the quarterback Reisbig. Here's a snap to Reisbig. He'll run on a straight quarterback draw over right guard or left guard, and he's immediately brought down right away. You see a group of Zeeland West tacklers getting around him, led by the sophomore defensive end Brody Moss, who you'll see all over the play all night long for Zeeland West, especially on any of those plays that you see trying to attack the outside of the football field and get around those edges. 11.5 to go in the last year in the first quarter, and it's right back to 2nd and 10. They'll go under center this time out of kind of a modified flex bone formation. The tight fullback behind the quarterback, Jackson Reisbig, and a wing back off the left side of the line. It's a straight give up the gut to the fullback, Carson Crace, who dives ahead to the 28-yard line, and after a gain of 3, shut down by the inside of that Zeeland West defense. Parker Lavelle, the big senior, 6'3", 210 pounds in the middle of the tackling pile for Zeeland West there. The first minute ticked away, and that's going to be a lot of what we can expect all day long, is both of these teams just slowly matriculating the ball. They're going to take a lot of time, and right here you have a 3rd and 7 coming up for Lowell as we tick under 10:50 to go in the first quarter. Reisbig, the junior quarterback who has 9 passing touchdowns on the year, will spread the field 2 wide, all the way out wide to the right side from the shotgun. Wingback moves from the left to the right side of the line. 5 down front on the other way. Give over right guard to the charging running back Tacho Gonzalez, who gets the 30-yard line before he's shut down by Smyers in the middle of the defense. It's 4th down, and Lowell is going to bring the punting unit out. So a very quick 3 and out it would potentially appear here as they get 4th and 5 now back to their own 30-yard line. And they will punt this ball on away. Zeeland West maybe not fully buying. Actually, check that. They're actually going to keep Reisbig out there, and they're now going to back him back, and Reisbig will be the punter. They kind of showed some fakes right there, and Zeeland West still does not have a deep man back for it. Reisbig from just a few yards behind center takes the snap, puts away a tumbling right-footed punt that wobbles its way out of bounds inside the 35-yard line along the near side, and Zeeland West offense will now get to their take over for the first time today. The Lakeshore Sewing Threading Needle Play of the Game is one of our presenting sponsors here on Michigan Sports Radio and presenting awards. Lakeshore Sewing features West Michigan's largest selection of all things related to sewing, from new machines and machine repair to supplies and even classes to take your sewing game to the next level. Michigan Sports Academies. Are you looking to get your kids active this winter? Michigan Sports Academies has something for everyone, from national level travel teams to weekly clinics. Programming is available for volleyball, basketball, and soccer. Make sure you check out MichiganSportsAcademies.com for information. From their own 33-yard line, the tee goes to work. Handoff to Roblin up the left side, and he'll get maybe a yard before he's shut down. They'll give him a 35. Gang tackled by 3 or 4, including Carson Crace for Lowell on that first carry of the game. So a gain of 2. It'll be marked ahead to the 35-yard line. We go into 9:43 to go. As you're seeing plays run quickly, it will be Trevor Waller running over to Coach Shillito on the sideline to run this T offense. It is a run-based T offense, a running back-based T offense in particular. They go tight, 2 tight end T's you'd expect right here. Left hash mark on 35-yard lines. We took under 9.5 to go. Crowded in front line with 2 linebackers and 2 high safeties. Give up the gut onto the fullback, Holman, who gets nowhere. They'll give him 1 yard over the 35 to the 36-yard line. So Parker Holman, the junior, gets his first touch of the game. He will be the guy to watch all day long, though. Holman, 14 rushing touchdowns on the year, 5'7", 160 pounds, very, very quick. And now it's a 3rd and 7 faced by Zeeland West after it was Lowell getting that faced on their first drive from their own 36-yard line. We tick under 9 minutes to go. Waller goes under center. 4 down front for Lowell with 2 standing edge rushers. They try to get the Red Arrows to jump offside, and they do on the hard count. That'll make it a 3rd and 2. Good work by the senior quarterback, Waller, who wears number 2 in that home green uniform. And he'll go back to Coach Shillito for the new call. So ball gets marked ahead to their own 41-yard line now for Zeeland West, and they'll operate with this 3rd and 2 with 8:52 and the clock stopped in the first quarter. Still no score. Lowell stonewalled 3 and out on their first drive. Now the Ducks will look to try to convert out of their tee. Home in the middle of Skylar Gurrick and Rolando Roblin in the backfield. Defense crowding in on the 3rd and 2 play. Snap to Waller. Give to Gurrick. He's got the first down with 2 hands on the ball. Charging over the 45-yard line and following into the safety tackling pile at the 49. The chains move on a good tough run from Skylar Gurrick. First down, Zeeland West up around midfield, right on that Zeeland logo at center field, in between the hashes at their own 49-yard line. The Grand Rapids Turkey Trot is coming up on Thanksgiving Day. Click on the banner on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage to register and save $5 on your registration. 1st and 10, right in between the hashes at the 49. Stretch play right side to Gurrick. He's got it outside the numbers at the 50. Cuts it up 45 and falls down to the 42-yard line. A good gain of 8 or 9 on first down for Gurrick. And Zeeland West is in good position as Waller goes back to the sideline and Coach Shillito for this new call. Mark is the 42, and that is a 2nd and 1 here for the Ducks. We tick under 8:05 to go. Of course, very fast-moving quarters, very fast-moving game can be certainly expected in this one this afternoon here, or this evening, here on Game Night. Packed weekend of football on Michigan Sports Radio and on Michigan Game Night. We're back at it tomorrow, myself and Chandler Timmer from East Kentwood for Granville and Caledonia. Give to Holman. Starter step, and he is shoestring tackled after the first down over the 35-yard line. Put a nice cut move on and had a chance to maybe break into the open field, but Holman just got a piece taken out of him right there. I think Krieger may have been part of the one, just getting a piece of his foot. And the mark will now be the 35-yard line into plus territory for Zeeland West as we tick under 7:38 to go. And the Ducks keep this fast-moving tee going. Trevor Waller, the senior quarterback, strides under center. 4 down front for the Red Arrows. Snap to Waller. Give. Roblin cuts up the gut, has speed, and races over the 30-yard line with a stuttering run, and he gets to 29 before he's upended and twisted down. 7:18 and less to go in the first quarter, and a 2nd and 3 now is coming up for the Zeeland West offense. Waller again in from the sideline as they tick that clock down under 7:05 to go. Tackle or huddle breaks for the Ducks from the 28-yard line. 2nd down and 3. Waller strides under center one more time. Changing front line for the Lowell defense. Give to Gurink, right side. He's got the first down over the 35-yard line, and that's all he gets is he is gathered and shoestring tackled by the senior Aiden Fitzpatrick, who got the legs, but that moves the chains right on the marker to the 25-yard line, and it will be a first down for Zeeland West. They'll give them falling forward, the 24 even, and the Ducks are right on the outside now of the red zone on this drive as they continue to roll their way down the field. 6:35 and less to go, first quarter. We've got the night coming on, and the lights illuminating Zeeland Stadium. Really beautiful night. Been getting a little bit colder throughout this evening as Waller gets ready to run one more play. 2 tight end tee, 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Give up the gut to Holman. He's got nowhere to go. That inside of the defense immediately shutting him down. Gus McDonald and more. It's a changing front group on that front defensive line for Lowell. You'll see Krieger and Graham coming off the edges. Rademacher in the middle of things. Brady, Swift, and others that all be a part of the inside of that Lowell tackling crusade. It's 1 yard up to the 23-yard line for Holman after that trap run, and 2nd and 9 will be on its way from the 23. Under 6 minutes to go, so half of the first quarter already gone in this long Zeeland West drive after they forced a 4 and out to start, 3 and out to start. Give up the gut. Roblin, stutter steps, broke a tackle with a quick stiff arm move inside the 20 to the 15-yard line, dragging down to the 10. He got the 9 before 3 Red Arrows slung him down. 1st and goal for Zeeland West as Rolando Roblin shows up with a big shifty run, and what a great scene it is to get Roblin back into the backfield for Zeeland West. The junior with 7 total touchdowns on the season. He was injured going back in week 7. They took his time, made sure they got the junior back completely healthy. He brings a ton of speed from that left flanking running back position. They'll give him the 10-yard line, left hash mark. So 1st and goal right at the 10. Zeeland West has 10 to go. 4 down front, and Lowell shifts that front all around as Waller gets under center. Give to Gurink. Quick sidestep inside the 8-yard line and pushes a pile down to about the 7 before he is slung on down. We go under 5:10 in the first quarter. They do give him the 7-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and goal from the 7 now, coming up after the tough run from Skylar Gurink. Lanky running back Gurink, 6'1", 165 pounds. Probably the most of the power backs in terms of this group, but they all have got speed. I know Coach Shillito has talked about being this team, maybe one of his fastest that he has ever had. 2 tight end tee in between the hashes. It's a 2nd and goal from the 7 for Zeeland West in a tie ball game. Under 5 minutes to go in the first. They went to the hard count. Now Waller, as it's unsuccessful, relays a new message. Lowell showing some pressure and changing the front once again. Give right side. Stretch play to Gurink. He's got some room. Cuts it up inside the 5. Diving down towards the pylon. He's down at the 1. Didn't quite have enough to get in. The knee goes down. It'll be 3rd and goal from inside the 1-yard line. And Skylar Gurink turned the corner but couldn't quite get enough to wrestle his way into the end zone. Crace, one of those on the outside to help bring him down for Lowell. This Lowell team does a good job of swarming to the football and helping make tackles. That's what you need to do, but we've seen Zeeland West just find a way to matriculate their way down the field. 3rd and goal, 1-yard line, right hash mark here for the Zeeland West offense. Looking to take our first lead of this football game. Waller under center, 2 tight end tee. Defense crowds. Waller, give, Gurink, right side, big hole, touchdown, Zeeland West. Skylar Gurink from 1 yard out, pounds his way into the end zone. 3:57 to go first quarter, and the Ducks are on the board for the first time in this playoff run. So Gurink into the end zone, and the Ducks will go for 2 right here, and as they do so, Brody Moss, the sophomore, will run in for Gurink as he'll get his first touch, potentially, of the game in the backfield coming up right here. Waller breaks him out, 2 tight end tee, and the Ducks will go for 2, as most T teams, of course, do. We see that with Granville here on MGN all year long. Give left side to Roblin. He'll run a stretch play outside the numbers. Has the speed, has the corner, and the 2-point conversion is good. 3:57 to go in the first quarter, and Zeeland West has drawn first blood. They lead it 8-0 here over Lowell. Who is the top West Michigan male athlete you've watched perform for a West Michigan team or individually in the last 50 years? Go to GRSHOF.com and let us know. The Family Fair Tailgate Special Week is buy one, get one 50% off, equal or lesser value with yes on Acres fresh all-natural chicken drumsticks, thighs, or whole chicken. So right to left, Zeeland West will get ready to boot this one away one more time with Howard. 3:57 to go in the first and an 8-0 lead for the Ducks. Pair of deep returners, including Fitzpatrick, will back inside their 10-yard line for Lowell right here. Everything fast-moving in this football game for sure. Right leg through the ball for Howard, and he'll angle one to his left inside the 10-yard line. Taken at the 6 on a leap here by Aiden Fitzpatrick. He'll run it up the right number. Stutter step at the 25 and gets laid out nowhere past the 26-yard line. A big hit thrown, and that will give the ball back to the way. It's Vanderswag that, by the way, threw that big hit in coverage for Zeeland West. And we'll see the Lowell offense find their way on the field one more time. Jackson Reisbig and company need to get something going. They now trail 8-0. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the game and were forced to punt the football away. We'll see what they can do this time. From their own 25-yard line will be the mark with 3:51 to go. Lowell get ready to go to work. From the gun, 3 wide receiver set, 2 left. They put Crace in motion, and he'll now act as a wingback off the left side of the line, so both tailbacks or both receivers go left side. Reisbig, fake handoff, throws across the body to the 35-yard line. It's underthrown, looking for Maddox Simcoe, the senior receiver. So we see him go to the air with Reisbig right there, unable to pull that one off, and now it's 2nd and 10 right back at the 25-yard line once again for the Red Arrows here. So again, Reisbig, 9 passing touchdowns, 18 rushing touchdowns on the year. He's been so dominant. You throw in the 7 rushing touchdowns for Tacho Gonzalez, and you see how this team wants to run the football in particular, but they didn't get that going on the first drive of the game. They go to the I formation for the first time. Single receiver to the right side. The fullback is Crace. The deep back is Tacho Gonzalez. Here's a give on the triple option on the dive play to Carson Crace, and he'll take it over the 25 to the 27-yard line into the tackling pile, and it's going to be 3rd down and long once again for Lowell as the Red Arrows just continue to not get any movement in the early stages of this football game when they've gone to the run game. 3.5 and less to go first quarter. 8-0 Zeeland West, and Lowell have been fighting it. They'll take Gonzalez off the field right here, bring their spread unit, we'll call it, back out on the field, including the wide receiver Connor Lixie. We go under 3:17 to go. They'll break it out, and this time they'll operate from the short shotgun formation. 3 wide receivers all spread to the left side of the field with the ball on the right hash mark. 3rd and 8 from their own 27. Snap to Reisbig. Steps forward. Now he'll tuck it down with space to run right side over the 35-yard line. Stiff arm and shoestring tackled out of bounds to the 38. That will move the chains, though. First down. Parker Holman on the tackle, but Reisbig tucks it down, runs, and picks up the first Lowell first down of the game. He's got the 40-yard line to go. No huddle, and they'll go empty backfield. 3 wide, or actually they will go now under center with 1 fullback, Crace behind, 3 wide receiver set. Give to Crace on the dive up the gut over the 40 to the 42 and ran in to Lowell on the inside of the tackling pile for Zeeland West. So 2 yards on first down on that quick fullback give. And when they go to their single back look, it's essentially almost like their I form, except without the deep back as they operate with a tight fullback with a right hand in the dirt and receivers spread to either side. That time they put 3 out wide to the left. We tick under 2.5 to go first quarter. 8-0 Zeeland West over Lowell. And again, the Red Arrows will get ready to go to work. This time they go from the pistol. 3 wide receivers all bunched together deep out on the left side of the ball on the right hash mark. 2nd and 8 from their own 42. Give is fake to read option keeper. Right side of Reisbig has speed over the 50 to the 45-yard line, and he just was hauled down after getting the first down by Brody Moss. It was Moss making maybe a touchdown saving tackle, getting outside the numbers. Reisbig moves the chain, so we're seeing the dangerous junior quarterback Reisbig making the difference. They go no huddle under center with the 3 wide receivers left in a single back formation. 5 down front for Zeeland West. 1st and 10 from the West 42-yard line. Reisbig give to Crace's fake to a midline dive up the gut, and he'll get the 41-yard line for a gain of 1 and a 2nd and 9 coming up right here. So a little bit of a midline option right there with the passing fullback on the dive, and then Reisbig looking to take it himself. But a fast-moving game. You're seeing the unit changed out as well a little bit right here for Coach Hennege and Lowell. We go under 1 minute, 40 seconds to go in this first quarter. 8-0 Zeeland West, and Lowell for the first time in this football game starting to get some movement down the field. They go back to the I form. Maddox Simcoe, the lone receiver, spreads all the way out wide to the left side. 2nd and 9 from the 41-yard line. Snap to Reisbig. Give to Crace. He'll lower the shoulder into the pile over the 40 and drill his way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be 3rd and long, maybe 3rd and medium. We'll call it 3rd and 7 from the 39-yard line coming up. And again, Lowell goes no huddle, and they'll go to work out of the I formation. Single receiver left on 3rd and 7. 1:05 to go first quarter. From the Zeeland West 39, Reisbig went to the hard count. Now goes back to the coach on the sideline for the new call. Zeeland West brings 5 down linemen. Reisbig back under center. From the I form, Reisbig give to Crace faked. He'll keep it himself over the right side. 35, 30-yard line. First down, Reisbig, as he's chased out of bounds by Holman. So again, it's the fake give on that triple option type play. Not a triple option because they didn't have the trailing back, but instead he'll just keep it himself, and Reisbig able to find another first down up to the 25-yard line. And again, Lowell goes no huddle. Under 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. 8-0 Zeeland West from the 25. Back to the same formation. 2 tight end, I formation. Give up the gut to Crace, and he'll push his way on the dive straight into the pile over the 25 to the 24-yard line. They have pretty much kept the same play going on this stretch of the drive. They've gone no huddle, they've gone power, and they're running kind of that option play, maybe a bit of a midline veer type play on the dive up the gut. 2nd and 9, inside 20 seconds to go first quarter. 8-0 Zeeland West. Very fast-moving first quarter of this one. This time they go back to the pistol. 3 wide receivers left. The tailback Crace will settle behind the quarterback Jackson Reisbig. 5 down front for Zeeland West. Give to Crace, and he stumbles in the backfield and falls down right away. And that, as he gets back to that line of scrimmage, will bring up a 3rd and 9, and it will also bring to the close a very fast-moving first quarter. 8-0 Zeeland West over Lowell at the end of one. We'll be right back here from Zeeland Stadium.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
For over 60 years, Earhart Construction has successfully built some of the most well-known structures and facilities across the West Michigan landscape. Providing a distinctive construction experience for our clients has been Earhart's priority since the beginning, and it continues to be their primary focus today. We can't wait to make your next commercial or residential project a reality. Contact us today by visiting earhartcc.com.
And welcome back here. Nate Dry with you. It's game night on Michigan Sports Radio. What a fast-moving first quarter in this one. 8-0 Zeeland West, and now Lowell from the West 24-yard line are faced to the 3rd and 9. 2 receivers set from the gun. Jackson Reisbig goes to work with the tailback offset from his left. Tip the wingback. Carson Crace moves from the right to the left side of the line. Low snap. It'll be a straight quarterback run up the gut for Reisbig. Stutter step over the 33-yard line and into the tackling pile. He'll get as far as the 20, or 23-yard line, I should say, and falls down to the 20. He will be short, and it will bring up a 4th and short right here for Lowell. It's a 4th and 5 from the 20, so they need the 15-yard line right in between the hashes, deep in the Zeeland West territory. We tick under 11:40 to go in the first half, and a big call coming up right here. Dawson Hunn, the senior, is in as part of this unit right here as Reisbig's got the call in from the sideline, and Coach Hennege. Lowell went 3 and out on their first drive that opened the ball game, a longer control drive right here, but now they're up against it. Down 8-0, 4th and 5 from the Zeeland West 20-yard line. The Ducks again bring 5 down linemen, 1 wide receiver set to the right out of a power formation set out of the gun. Reisbig, here's a fake handoff, thrown left side, caught 10-yard line, over the 5, into the end zone, touchdown. It's Maddox Simcoe, the senior, racing by the defense into the end zone, and Lowell's on the board. A 20-yard TD strike. And the Red Arrows find their way on the board less than a minute into the first quarter. So Reisbig finds Simcoe, as Parchetta now will come in to add the extra point. Right leg through the ball. This one's got plenty of legs and tumbles its way through the upright. So Lowell right away gets 7. Zeeland West stays up a point. 11:09 to go. We'll be right back here from Zeeland Stadium.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center
located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage.
And welcome back, everyone, to Zeeland Stadium. After a high pooch kick is gathered in by Zeeland West, thrown 35-yard line. The Ducks go back to work. One quick correction. It was Alex Binns, the senior tight end, not Simcoe, on the touchdown reception for Lowell. So Binns able to haul that one in for the TD, and it's just a one-point game. 8-7 now, 11:09 to go in the first quarter, and Coach Shillitoe's offense will find their way back onto the field right here. They start at their own 36-yard line with just less than a minute gone in the first half of this one. So Trevor Waller and company go back to work. Two tight end T. Waller under center. Lowell crowds in the defense right here. Waller give on the stretch play right side to Gurn. Takes it outside the numbers at the 40. He's got the first down over the 45, and Crace holds him down to the 46-yard line, 47-yard line. So the first down for Gurn. That moves the chains, and Zeeland West will get 1 point, 11 yards to open up this ball game now, or open up this drive. They lead 8-7, and they'll go to work from their own 47-yard line once more right here. We tick under 10:50 to go in the second quarter. Waller in from the sideline. The senior quarterback wears number 2 in white on that green uniform for Zeeland West. They go out of the two tight end T once more. Gehrig, Holman, Roblin, the tailbacks. Waller, here's the snap and a give up the gut to the fullback. Holman broke away from a tackle over the 50-yard line and spun down to a trio of tacklers to the 47-yard line into plus territory. All over him helping make that tackle. Janiga along with Aiden Fitzpatrick, the cornerback who came in, and Carson Crace. So they'll get him the 48-yard line on the mark, and it'll be a 2nd and 4. For Zeeland West. Into enemy territory, 10-10 and less to go, second quarter. Make that actually 2nd and 5. And out of the two tight end T, Waller goes to work. Waller turns, give Roberlin left side. He'll look to break it outside and made a nice cut move over left tackle and dives past the first down to the 42-yard line. He's got the first by just a yard, but a good move by Roberlin, cutting it upfield and moving the chains as we go under 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Roberlin now will take a seat. Brody Moss, the sophomore, will come in his place as Waller has the new call. Under 9:50 in the second quarter. 8-7, Zeeland West over Lowell Division 3 district semi-final, pre-district, whatever you may call it. And it's a 1st and 10 in between the hashes from the Lowell 42-yard line for the T offense and Zeeland West. Waller turns, give on to Gehrig. 2 hands on the ball. Busted past one tackle. Over the 40, down to the 39-yard line where he was running too hard and corralled down by the inside of that defense. I think it was Fitzpatrick again to help make some of that contact and set him down. Maddox Simcoe, the senior, also involved in the tackling pile. Gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 at that 39-yard line, still in between the hashes for the Zeeland West offense. 9:12 and less to go, first half. Waller breaks him out, two tight end T. The senior takes his time, strides under, defense crowds in, 2 linebackers, 2 high safeties. Waller, give, Moss, the sophomore, busting over the 35-yard line, 2 hands on the ball, into the pile, pushing the pile down to the 30-yard line. He's got the first down. Good, tough run by the big, charging sophomore as Moss able to work his way on ahead right there. And when you think about Moss, again, a big sophomore, plays defensive end as well. He's such a powerful runner for Coach Shillitoe's offense, and it's that different look he gives from Roblin when they bring him on the field, why he was one of our X factors to watch during our Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. 8:40 and less to go in the second quarter. 8-7, Zeeland West leads, and they're up to the Lowell 30-yard line. In between the hashes, snap to Waller. Give to Moss again over left guard, and he'll fall down on a shoestring tackle to the 26-yard line. So a gain of 4 on first down for Moss as the sophomore gets one more touch from the Coach Shillitoe, And he will also, Shillito that is, relay the new message into Trevor Waller, who runs in with the new call. We tick under 8:13 to go. Fast-moving game. Both these teams are going to try to limit possessions. We've seen it so far in this football game for certain. From the 26-yard line, left hash mark, 2nd and 6 for Zeeland West. Waller under center out of the tight T formation, went to the hard count, now looks back to the sideline. He'll relay the new message into Zeeland West, changes up their defensive front. They've got 3 down linemen and a whole bunch of standing edge rushers. Give to Waller. He looked to stretch play right side, cuts it up, and is hauled down in the backfield at that 29-yard line, maybe just getting back to the line of scrimmage with nowhere to go as he turned the corner. Connor Lixie came busting through to make the tackle back at the 29-yard line. That makes it a 3rd and 9, so a loss of a couple yards right there, trying to cut it up on that stretch play to Gurink, and 3rd and 9 faced by Zeeland West. 7.5 and less to go. Second quarter, 8-7. Zeeland West the lead over Lowell in this D3 playoff opener. In between the hashes from the Lowell 29-yard line. 3rd and 9 as Waller strides under center out of the tight 2 tight end T. Snap to Waller. Turn, give to Holman up the gut, stutter step by one defender, able to shove off a defender inside the 28, down on the 27-yard line, and it'll now be 3rd and medium for Zeeland West, and decision time for Coach Shillito. Certainly that decision will be to go for it on 4th and 7, but a chance for Lowell to come up with a stop on their second defensive possession of the game and maybe see if their offense and junior quarterback Jackson Reisbig can find an answer to take their first lead of the football game. So from the Lowell 27-yard line, it's 4th and 7 for Zeeland West here. 6:43 and less to go. Second quarter, 8-7, 1-point lead for the Ducks. Under center goes Trevor Waller, the terrific senior quarterback, 2 tight end T. Snap to Waller. He'll fake a handoff, bootleg right to pass, has some pressure coming, little sidearm sling pass, caught 25-yard line. Holman got the first down inside the 20-yard line, took a big hit, nearly lost the football, regathered, falls down to the 15-yard line. It's a first down. Zeeland West, this is a team that does not throw the football very often, just one passing touchdown all year long for this potent offense, but right there on a little kind of sidearm sling pass into the flat, Holman able to corral it and pick up the first down and get into the red zone up to the 19-yard line. Or up to the 14-yard line, I should say. 6:14 and less to go in the second quarter. Still 8-7 Zeeland West, but now the Ducks threatening with a fresh set of downs inside the red zone. 2 tight end T from the right hash mark. Snap to Waller, turn, give Roblin. Cuts up the middle, has speed over the 10-yard line, driving his way down to the pile. He'll get the 7, maybe even the 6-yard line right there as Maddox Simcoe makes the tackle, the last high safety, looking to haul him on down. 2nd down and short on that twisty, quick run from Rolando Roblin. He has got such quick feet, and he gets 7 yards right there on first down. 2nd and 3, 5:41 and less to go. Quickly, the message comes in from Trevor Waller, and the Ducks will break the huddle. 2 tight end T. 2nd and 3 from the Lowell 7-yard line. Snap to Waller, turn, give to Gurink over right guard, pushing the tackling pile inside the 5, down to the 4, bodies on both sides, joining. Lowell eventually gets the advantage out of that scrum at the 3-yard line. It's 1st and goal, Zeeland West. So 5:20 to go, and now the Ducks with a chance to extend their currently 8-7 lead in this one. From the 3-yard line, 1st and goal. Waller with a new call in from the sideline. This offense works very quickly. Kind of reminds you a little bit of the T that Coach Tibby and Unity Christian ran, in particular last year. The speed that they get the call in and find their way down the field. So 1st and goal, 3-yard line, right hash mark. 8-7 lead for Zeeland West with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Snap to Waller. Turn, give to Roblin. Up the gut, driving down into the end zone. Touchdown, Zeeland West. Rolando Roblin from 3 yards out finds his way into the end zone, and Zeeland West is back on the board. They lead at 14-7 with 4:57 to go in the first half. So Roblin gets in, and now we will look to see if Lowell, or if Zeeland West can get the 2-point conversion, what they will look to do here. They go back to the 2 tight end T, looking to go for the 2-point conversion, up 14-7 already. Kind of an interesting moment right here. Waller turns, bootleg left off the fake, handoff to pass. He's rolling left, he's pressured, flings one off the back foot, and a leaping interception is made in the end zone. 2-point conversion no good as Aiden Fitzpatrick high points the football, picks it off, and it remains 14-7. So an interesting development right there. It still is a 7-point touchdown and extra point lead now, though, for the Ducks. 4:57 to go, second quarter. We'll be right back here from Zeeland.
Don't just find yourself, make yourself. Start businesses, build bridges, save lives, raise a whole city. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Short kickoff taken by Aiden Fitzpatrick and Lowell. He'll drag his way up to the 25-yard line, and that is where the Lowell offense, now down 7, will take back over after Orlando Roblin found his way from 3 yards in with 4:57 to go in the second quarter. So we've got 4:50 to go now, and from their own 25-yard line, Jackson Reisbig in this offense get ready to go to work. He threw one to Alex Binns for the TD on the last drive. They start from their own right hash mark here, deep inside their own territory. They go to the I formation under center, turn and a give to the deep back over the 25-yard line. Tacho Gonzalez, and he gets nowhere, shut down and stonewalled back at the line of scrimmage at the 25. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 10 now for this Lowell offense as they give it to the deep back out of the I formation. We've mostly just seen them run those option looks on the dive play to the fullback so far. So under 4:30 to go in the second. Now 14-7 Zeeland West after the Roblin touchdown. In from the sideline is Reisbig with the call. 2nd and 10 on 25. Ball is on the right hash mark here from Zeeland Stadium. As in their traveling white uniforms, the Red Arrows will break it out. They go trips all the way spread out wide to the left numbers from the pistol here. Snap to Reisbig. Give up the gut onto the tailback, Krieger, and he'll take it over the 25 into the pile down to the 29-yard line. Gain of 4 on 2nd down, and that will make it 3rd and 6 for Lowell. Under 4 minutes to go, second quarter. The Red Arrows going to have to work with a little bit more pace up the field right here as they took plenty of time on their last drive to score, and now we'll be looking to score a bit quicker as we're under 3:43 to go. They break out of the huddle this time quickly. 3rd and 6 on 29-yard line, down 7. And again, it's trips all the way out to the left side. No one goes right. From the gun, it's Reisbig. Snap to Reisbig. Dropped a pass. Now he'll tuck it down with pressure all around him. Evaded one tackle, lowers the shoulder, and dives short of the first down to the 32-yard line. So he's a couple yards short. They'll give him maybe the 33. That will make it 4th and 2, Lowell, as that play broke down very quickly in the backfield. 3:15 and less to go, second quarter. Neither team have used a timeout yet in this one. Reisbig from the gun, empty backfield, 2-receiver power set. 5 down linemen for Zeeland West. Reisbig went to the hard count, now looks to the sidelines. We took under 3 minutes to go. 14-7 Zeeland West. 4th and 2. Straight up the gut run. Reisbig has the first down over the 35 by just enough. He'll get the 36-yard line into the tackling pile. Smyers and company bring him down, and that moves the chains. They'll give him the 37 on the forward progress. First down Lowell, but we're under 2:50 to go. That clock running on down, end of the second quarter. 14-7 Zeeland West. Vander Zwag credited the tackle as they'll break out here behind Reisbig. They go single back formation with just a fullback. 3 wide receivers go left side of the ball on the right hash mark. 5 down front. Reisbig, straight drop to pass, fires right side, all alone, caught, 45-40, right sideline 30, inside the 25-yard line, a shoestring tackle made inside the 20-yard line as Brendan Wittenbach, the senior, hauls it in inside the 20-yard line, first down into the red zone. Again, the pass play so difficult to defend for Zeeland West in this game. We've seen Lowell keep their offense grounded out of the I form, running the midline veer-type plays, but a couple times now they've broken out the pass game. They go deep down the field to Wittenbach, the senior tight end, who has 1 receiving touchdown on the year, and he gets his way inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. Same look, 3 wide receiver set, all bunched to the left side out of the single back. Give up the gut to Krieger. Breaks off 1 tackle inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line as a tackling pile, and Orion Yant help engulf him and bring him down. Second down, under 2 minutes to go, and now the math has changed a little bit at the end of this second quarter for Lowell, as they have an opportunity to take a little bit more time here. 2nd and 7 from the 14-yard line. They go to the pistol this time. Again, trips to the left side. Snap to Reisbig. Give up the gut to Krieger, and he'll shove his way past 1 tackle. Actually, it's a fake handoff, and it's going to be kept right side over the 15-yard line, dragging his way towards the boundary, and a shoestring tackle and the twisting tackle is made outside the numbers to bring him down right back at the line of scrimmage. A long, drawn-out play will eventually bring down the quarterback at the line of scrimmage. That makes it 3rd and 7 now from the 14-yard line. Deep into Zeeland West territory, but 1:24 and less to go. Been a clean game so far. No penalty markers in this football game that we've seen outside of 1 offside earlier on in the football game. 1:14 and less to go, second quarter. 14-7 Zeeland West. 3rd and 7 from the Ducks 14-yard line. From, again, the pistol. Trips left for Reisbig. Snap to Reisbig. Thrown left flat. Caught on the screen by Lixie. He'll cut it up over the 10-yard line. Falling down to the 9. And they will mark him at the 9. 1 yard short of the first down. So it will be 4th and 1 with 51 seconds and less. No timeouts have been used by either team so far. And we still are not going to see Coach Henneke use one right here. 4th and 1 from the 9-yard line. And Lowell will go for it, down 14-7. They'll break it out. Single receiver. Fitzpatrick goes all the way out wide to the right side. They go to the I formation. Krieger, the fullback, the deep back is Gonzalez. Here's the keep from Reisbig. Up the gut, driving down, and he will not get it. He is shut down by the inside of the Zeeland West defense, right back at the line of scrimmage. And with 25 seconds on the second quarter clock, Zeeland West finds maybe the biggest turnover of this football game so far. And maybe when we look at the entire course of this ball game, as they're able to shut down Reisbig on the straight, keep up the gut, and the sneak will not work, and it is Zeeland West football leading 14-7 with 25 seconds in the second quarter. Western Brook Mower has served the Holland and Greater Grand Rapids area for over 60 years with locations in Jenniston and Holland. They carry lawnmowers, string trimmers, leaf blowers, snow blowers, log splitters, generators, chainsaws, tillers, power washers, and much more. Plus, they have a full-service department to get you ready for next season. Check them out online at westernbrookmower.com. So, from their own 9-yard line, the T goes to work. Waller, give on to Holman, breaking it outside the right, hashes over the 10 and down to the 11-yard line, where he is slung down by the junior Bobby Nichols. And we've got an issue, as you can see on our feed, with the scoreboard here at Zeeland Stadium now in a 14-7 game. So right at the end of the second quarter, we now no longer have time on the clock, and they'll have to get things reset right here. It goes back up. It's 13 seconds. So 14-7 lead. Late in the second quarter, we go inside, 10 seconds to go. Zeeland West is then also going to say, you know what, that's it, as the Ducks will run their way off towards the locker room, and we have reached the end of the first 2 quarters of play in this one. At the half, Zeeland West leading Lowell 14-7. We welcome in now to our Centennial Securities halftime show. Man, that was a quick-moving, wild first half of play. Both teams with these power run-type offenses. They ran up tempo. They got plays in continuously in this one. But in the end, it's the big stop, the turnover on downs deep inside their own territory for Zeeland West that stops that last Lowell drive of the first half that keeps Zeeland West on top 14-7 at the break. We've got a ton to get to here on our Centennial Securities halftime show, so do not go anywhere. We will be right back here from Zeeland Stadium.
Michigan Sports Academies offers quality youth sports in Grand Rapids, Holland, and Muskegon. With a wide variety of programming, MSA has something for new athletes who are just starting out to experienced athletes looking to take their game to the next level. Year-round programming is offered in basketball, lacrosse, soccer, and volleyball. Your athlete will love the quality of instruction from experienced coaches and state-of-the-art facilities conveniently located in Grand Rapids and along the lakeshore. Check us out at MichiganSportsAcademies.com.
Founded in 1969, J&H Family Stores has grown from a single tank truck to over 50 convenience store locations in West Michigan. Our locations offer a variety of fuel options ranging from Exxon, Mobil, Marathon, and Citgo. At many of our stores, you'll also be pleased to find a Tim Hortons or Subway. Find the location near you by visiting myjhfamilystores.com. There's one in your neighborhood.
AHC Hospitality is hiring for several open positions at its downtown hotels. Starting pay is $16 an hour paid weekly with medical, dental, health benefits, hotel discounts, and more. Positions include front desk, housekeeping, restaurant, and management roles at our 5 premier downtown hotels. Visit ahcjobs.com to jumpstart your career at one of 5 world-class hotels in downtown Grand Rapids, including the Amway Grand Plaza and the JW Marriott Grand Rapids. Again, visit ahcjobs.com.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are...
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
The sinister cries haunted Mary through the night. Dawn neared, and still the voice tormented her. She ran towards the safety of her car, flung open the door, and and a coyote had somehow gotten locked inside. But the damaged interior was covered thanks to Farmers Insurance. Coyote Carpool, August 1st, 2015. Talk to a farmer's agent. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today, 616-531-3441. A proud supporter of MichiganGameNight.com.
Can you identify your number one personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
And welcome back, everyone, here to Zeeland Stadium. Nate Dreyer with you here on our Centennial Securities halftime show, 14-7 in this Division III pre-district game. Zeeland West leading Lowell in this one. Big stop at the end of the second quarter of play. Really the difference right now is Zeeland West was able to force a fourth and out deep in their own territory. Just 3 total scores in this one. 1 score in the first half. It was a 1 yard, or first quarter, I should say. It was a 1 yard TD plunge for Skylar Gurrick. They then were able to add Roblin in for the 2-point conversion. 8-0 Zeeland West. Then Jackson Reisbig inside the first minute of the second quarter hit Alex Benz from 20 yards out for the TD. Parchetta added the extra point, made it 8-7. And then Zeeland West, the last score of that first half, it was Roblin from 3 yards out, powering his way into the end zone. No good in the 2-point conversion. That gets you to 14-7. At the end of the first 2 frames of play. Auto Body Experts with locations in Hudsonville, Holland, and Wayland, and Zeeland are sure they can help with your repair needs. They offer lifetime written warranties with every repair, so come find them, and they will take the stress away because they are the experts. Check them out online at autobodyexperts.com. West Michigan Chiropractic and Sports in Jenison is your source for quality family and sports-related chiropractic care. Visit West Michigan Chiropractic and Sports at www.wmchiropractic.com for more details. What a interesting first half of play, to say the least. I mean, just fast-moving, really. It's one of the first things to kind of highlight with the way that this football game was played. Both teams want to run the ball. A lot of teams ran some up-tempo stuff, no huddle stuff running the ball as well, or at least running the quarterback very quickly to the line of scrimmage, getting the call in. And power remains the operative word. Now, the key thing with this game is Zeeland West, who has had 2 long drives, scored on both of them. They will get the ball to start the second half play after they deferred the option, so they've got a good chance to take a 2-score lead. If Lowell comes up with a big stop, maybe the Red Arrows then will be able to answer with a big opportunity of their own to try to come down the football field and knot this thing back up at 14. So a very critical first drive is coming up in this one. New feature tonight, we can take a look at some live scores from around the West Michigan areas. You, of course, can go on to MichiganSportsRadio.com for live scores. This score is a little late. Your first one, you see Rockford East Kentwood. It's actually a 17-14 game as they got to the end of the first quarter. Rockford in a shootout, just up 3 at the end of 1 over East Kentwood. Of course, Caledonia Granville tomorrow. You can check that game out right back here on Michigan Game Night and Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Forest Hill Central leads 7-0 over Reese Puffer. Byron Center and a tight battle against Portage Northern. That score actually, I think, is updated to be 15-14. Byron Center up in that game. Whitehall, I saw, led Big Rapids 7-0. South Christian up over Grand Rapids Christian, just 6-0 early in that one. Freeland in a tough battle with North Branch, Belding, Tri-County. Grand Rapids Catholic Central, a bit more of a battle than maybe expected early against Kalamazoo Hackett Catholic. So a lot of great games you can check out. Make sure you go to the Listen Live and the Live Scores page on MichiganSportsRadio.com. There's always a ton to find out. That is your out-of-town scoreboard here on the Centennial Securities halftime show, so make sure you check that out. Have you tried the hottest new restaurant in the area? The Derby Tavern in Jamestown is on everyone's list for fine food and beverage, where friends gather, and every hour is happy hour. Visit thederbytavern.com for details. Make sure, of course, check out live broadcasts, scores, schedules, recaps, and more at MichiganSportsRadio.com. And check out Michigan Game Night at MI Game Night on Twitter and Facebook. Also, our YouTube page where we do have live streams going on as well. Some other of our supporters here on the Centennial Securities halftime show. Make sure you roll with Crow and stay cozy this fall. Call Crow Furnace for all of your heating and cooling needs. Furnace tune-ups are just $95, and Terrence M. says that we've been using Crow Furnace for nearly 30 years and have never had a complaint. So choose Crow Furnace for top-notch, American-made products like Amana. See more online at crowfurnace.com. Are you ready to enjoy your career? Royal Technologies is hiring for assemblers, operators, material handlers, and supervisors. No matter what your talents are, there's room for you to learn and grow. Royal offers many benefits such as paid time off, insurance after 30 days, weekly pay, quarterly bonuses, and an on-site gym. And they're even closed on Sundays. So go online to goToRoyal.com and apply today at Royal Technologies. High-Tone Cleaners with 2 locations in Jenison and Granville, Wyoming offer professional dry cleaning, laundering, bulk laundry service, shoe care and repair, and more. And they also have same-day services if you drop off your items by 9 a.m., including Saturdays. High-Tone Cleaners also offers pickup and delivery service, so check them out online at hightonecleaners.com. There's a hyphen in between high and tone in hightonecleaners.com. At Barber Ford, they provide a vast selection of new and used vehicles, exceptional car care, and customer service with competitive prices offered on every pre-owned model for sale in their lot. You won't find a reason to visit any other dealership in Holland. Check out their inventory online at barberford.net. DJ's Pizza Pub, located in beautiful downtown Hudsonville, serves a variety of outstanding pizzas, including Chicago-style deep dish, thin crust, and other specialty pizzas, along with wings, salads, and subs. You can dine in, order carry-out, or have it delivered for your convenience. Give DJs a call at 616-669-9550 or visit them online at djspizzapub.com. Lastly, when it comes to your home parking lot and roads, you want a smooth, safe, and attractive surface for walking and driving. Trust the professionals at Bruce's Blacktop with over 30 years of experience to get the job done right. Check them out online at brucesblacktopllc.com. All right, it's the Lowell Marching Band continuing their performance here at halftime at Zeeland Stadium. We've got a ton more to get to on our Centennial Securities halftime show. Zeeland West leading Lowell at the half, 14-7 in this Division III pre-district showdown on game night on Michigan Sports Radio. It is the MGN Road to Ford Field tonight, and what a packed weekend we have. Make sure 12:30 you tune in for maybe one of the games in the best games in the entire area that's going on is from East Kent with myself and Chandler Timmer, who will be back. We'll have the coverage of Granville and Caledonia. Looking forward to that one so much. Tomorrow, 12:30, the coverage begins in that contest. Right back here, MichiganSportsRadio.com/MGN. Also, we'll be simulcasting wherever else you may be watching. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and all over the place. I think the Michigan Sports Radio Facebook page will probably also have a simulcast stream up of that contest. All right, a lot more to get to. We'll be right back in our Centennial Securities halftime show.
Can you name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas? The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Daniel the deer danced everywhere. He pranced through fields and jigged through rivers. Then he saw it. What a stage! A place no deer had dared dance before. The hood of a brand new car.
Hey, my car!
And the car was covered, thanks to Farmers Insurance. Deer Dance Floor, December 1st, 2014. Talk to a farmer's agent. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today, 616-531-3441. A proud supporter of MichiganGameNight.com.
Founded in 1969, J&H Family Stores has grown from a single tank truck to over 50 convenience store locations in West Michigan. Our locations offer a variety of fuel options ranging from Exxon, Mobil, Marathon, and Citgo. At many of our stores, you'll also be pleased to find a Tim Hortons or Subway. Find the location near you by visiting myjhfamilystores.com. There's one in your neighborhood.
What could be better than a thick, crispy, cheesy to the edge Detroit-style pizza? How about the best Detroit-style pizza? You won't find it in a hut, and it definitely doesn't come from a focus group or a committee. Nope. Because the best Detroit-style pizza on the planet only comes from Detroit, and it's made by Jets. Jets Detroit-style pizza. Better because it has to be.
Let's take a look. As I mentioned over the phone, wear and tear.
Oh man, they're never gonna buy this thing. Wear and tear? Well, there's the coffee stain on the seat. It needs new brakes. All 4 wheels squeak. The passenger door doesn't even have a handle. Not to mention that one time I went to my uncle's farm and backed up into a truck full of shit.
Should about cover it. You're all set.
Oh.
Don't overthink it. Seller to Weller.
There's something for everyone on Pizza Ranch's legendary buffet. Our pizza buffet features hot, cheesy goodness, slice after slice after slice. Try our signature pizzas or request your favorite combination with our Buffet Your Way option, and you'll get the first piece. With endless possibilities, you're sure to find your ranch favorites. Everyone will agree that cactus bread is the perfect dessert to end your meal. For legendary food that everyone loves, there's so much to love at Pizza Ranch.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
And welcome back to the Centennial Securities Halftime Show. 14-7, Zeeland West leading Lowell at the half in this Division III pre-district game. Warm-ups well underway right now. Both teams back on the field and getting set under coaches Henneke and Shillito for the second half. 14-7, Zeeland West the lead, and maybe the most critical drive of this football game going to open up the second half of play as Zeeland West will get the football to start the second half after they deferred the option to receive to the start of this half. And if the Ducks can take some time off the clock and score, they've got an opportunity to take a two-score lead with not too much time that at that point in time will be left on the clock. So that'll be really fascinating to see what they're able to do right here for Lowell, though. They get a stop. Down just 7 points after the missed two-point conversion opportunity on that second touchdown for the Ducks. That creates a big opportunity then for Lowell to try to knot this game up. Going to be really fascinating. We've seen Lowell, their last two drives, move the football. Zeeland West on both their opportunities have been able to score at the end of it and put either 6 or 8 points on the board. But for Lowell, just one scoring drive. It was that Alex Binns 20-yard TD grab. But outside of that opportunity, we have seen them do a good job, the Red Arrows, that is, of still moving the ball. That last drive, they got the ball inside the 15, even inside the 10-yard line, but they were stonewalled on 4th and 1 as Reisbig tried to dive up the gut on the quarterback keeper. He was stopped back at the line of scrimmage. That ended the drive and also failed, took away any opportunity for them to try to get some points on the board as they went to go for the tie and the points rather than maybe the two-point conversion. Don't know what Todd Parchetta, the junior, what his leg may look like on the field goal attempt. But it will be fascinating to see. Lowell does have to boot it away in their traveling white uniforms to open the second half, and we are ready to start the second half thanks to Centennial Securities, our presenting sponsor of the halftime show here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Lowell, the traveling white uniforms, numbers in red, helmets black with that classic Lowell logo on either side of the helmet with the arrow, the red arrow, and the L on the helmet in white. Zeeland West, the classic look for them as well. Uniforms are white, uniforms are green, I should say. Numbers white, trimmed in white and gold, and the helmets are all that kind of dark forest Zeeland West green. Ball on the tee at the 40-yard line for Parchetta. He'll get ready to send this one away from right to left across your radio dial in just a moment. Holman will stand deep to bring this one back along with Skylar Gurink. They back to their own 10-yard line. 12 minutes on the board, and a pretty critical moment really in this football game coming up right here. Can Zeeland West score again, already with a 14-7 lead, or will Lowell stonewall them and get a chance to put their offense and their dangerous junior quarterback Reisbig on the field looking to drive themselves? Here we go. Right leg in the ball for Parchetta nearly, and then whistles coming down as we've got an official timeout. As they're getting, I think the officials just set on the far sideline. Now we'll do it again. Parchetta, right arm in the air. He'll slowly stride forward. He pooch kicked last time, and he'll do it again. This is a high pooch kick that touches down at the 49-yard line, bounces over the 50, but we have got a flag and some illegal touching down right here as there's some contact made. It was a very high pooch kick, 20, 30-plus feet in the air, bounced at the 49-yard line, then bounced over the 50 before it was touched. There's a meeting of officials right here because Lowell did not touch that football. It bounced before 10 yards, but Lowell did not touch that football until it had gone at least 10, and the officials talk. It could possibly be Lowell football if it weren't for that penalty marker down, but it looks like they're going to reset things and maybe make the red arrows kick right here again. All three officials gathered around center field, getting a word in. One of one of the side judges, I should say, is over talking to Coach Hennigy on the sideline, getting the call in right here. We have not had many penalties at all in this game. We're going to have this message relayed, it looks like now, and they're going to call it off. So the penalty marker waved off, and they're going to make Lowell re-kick just next to our broadcast booth. The Lowell coaches are incensed. They recovered that ball. It was going to be Lowell football, but instead, with the flag down, they're going to make Lowell re-kick the football. So Lowell has to re-kick one more time. They spread them out at the 40, and Parchetta will get ready to send this ball away. The onside kick looks like it worked for Lowell. It'll be negated. They'll do it again. Another high pooch kick. This one going to the 45-yard line. Fair caught, and a hit is thrown on the man on the fair catch, and penalty markers down all over the place. So now, instead, there's going to be a penalty marker coming against Lowell. There were 4 or 5 members of the Ducks return team that all were fair catching for that football. They're able to haul it in. There's a penalty marker down, so there should be a penalty coming here to Lowell on the interference on the fair catch. But what a wild sequence. I mean, first off, it should be Lowell football as the penalty marker was thrown, even though the ball was touched past 10 yards. They have to re-kick, and now another penalty marker comes down as Zeeland West went for the ball. There were about 4 different guys that were calling that fair catch. The personal foul is going to be added on, and it'll be plus territory field position for Zeeland West with a 14-7 lead as they get ready to start this drive. So a wild start to the second half of play gives Coach Shillitoe's offense the ball at the 37-yard line in between the hashes. So great field position. The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame is celebrating its 50th anniversary. They're looking for your help, so go to grshof.com to participate. All right, Trevor Waller, the senior quarterback, 2 total touchdowns on the year for him during the regular season, gets ready to go to work. Gurink, Roblin each have touchdowns. They flank Parker Holman, who had 14 on the year. Give strip the gut to Holman. Holman, big speed, up the gut, 25-yard line. Confusion in the secondary. He's all alone, 15, 10, 5, touchdowns, Zeeland West. One play, 37 yards, Parker Holman to the house, and it's 20-7, Zeeland West. Parker Holman on the trap, 11:53 to go. And Lowell very quickly has seen things change early in this third quarter. Looks like they maybe were going to get the football instead. Holman, who is as fast as it gets on those fullback trap plays, going straight up the gut and scoring. Zeeland West now look to go for 2 to try to take a 15-point advantage and maybe have to throw a 2-point conversion in there for Lowell as well. 2 tight end T. Waller turns, give Roblin up the gut, charging his way into the end zone, and he has got the 2-point conversion. A big fist bump from behind the play as well for Trevor Waller. 22-7 Zeeland West. We'll be right back to Zeeland Stadium. Just 7 seconds off the clock in the second half, and man, things have changed.
To everyone who loves great food, Let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
For over 60 years, Earhart Construction has successfully built some of the most well-known structures and facilities across the West Michigan landscape. Providing a distinctive construction experience for our clients has been Earhart's priority since the beginning, and it continues to be their primary focus today. We can't wait to make your next commercial or residential project a reality. Contact us today by visiting earhartcc.com.
Return Aiden Fitzpatrick able to break tackles over the 50-yard line. He gets inside the 40. Apologies to Earhart Construction, but on the kickoff, which quickly came after that last touchdown, Aiden Fitzpatrick takes it all the way deep into Zeeland West territory before he's knocked out of bounds to the 36-yard line. So Fitzpatrick breaking tackles the whole way now gives Lowell plus field position to start their first drive of the second half of this one. 11:40 to go, third quarter, 22-7 now. The Zeeland West lead over Lowell, and here comes Reisbig and company. The big opportunity to try to put points on the board. They go from the gun, wing back off the left side of the line, two receivers right from the 36-yard line in plus territory. Reisbig, fake handoff, thrown over the middle, caught on the slant, 29-yard line. It's Simcoe, drugged down inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. That'll move the chains on that first down play. Fake handoff, they throw the slant to the slot man, Simcoe, the senior. He hauls it in. They work quickly now. I formation, 1st and 10 from the Zeeland West 23-yard line. Give to Crace up the gut, and the fullback is stonewalled at the line of scrimmage. A whole bunch of big Zeeland West bodies engulf him, including the sophomore Brody Smyers, the senior Seth Fry in on the tackle. So 2nd and 10, no gain, right back to the 23-yard line here for the Red Arrows offensively. Is in from the sideline of the call is Jackson Reisbig. 11-11 and less to go. Third quarter, now 22-7 Zeeland West. And the Lowell offense breaks out. They got a great return, got a good quick slant pattern. First down from Simcoe, and now they go to work one more time. And it'll this time again be the short shotgun formation. Wing off the left side, two receivers set. Reisbig, fake handoff. Low shimmy, thrown right, flat, caught. Fitzpatrick, 15-yard line. Spun down to the 9-yard line by Holman. First down, Lowell. Nice little pump fake from Reisbig. Through the out route, caught and drug inside the 10-yard line, and a first down for Lowell. First and goal, it'll be right at the 10-yard line. First and goal from the 10, and the Red Arrows work quickly. Under 10:42 to go in the second or third quarter to play. Two receivers all the way out wide to the left side from the gun from the right hash mark. Fake handoff. Reisbig now. He'll tuck it and run outside the right numbers, inside the 10, pushing a pile down. He's got the 5-yard line, and he's got half of what they needed. Second and goal now from the 5 coming up for the Red Arrows with 10:24 and less in the third quarter. 22-7, a quick drive here from the Red Arrows, looking to answer right away after the long, scratched-out driving first half drives that took up a ton of time for both teams. They're both scoring quickly. It was one play for Holman, now just a couple of plays for Lowell after a good return, and they've drug it down to the 5-yard line. Second and goal from the 5. Reisbig under center, I formation, single receiver, Simcoe out wide to the right side. Here's a snap and a turn. Fake handoff. Bootleg right to pass. Pressure coming. Pump fake. Reisbig throws it away out the right side of the field. It'll be third and goal from the 5-yard line. That kind of broke down. He faked the handoff to the deep back Carson Crace, and the pressure was in his face on the rollout the whole way. Forced to fling that one away as that great pass rush. And again, Zeeland West goes 5 down front most of the time as well to bring some even more pressure. 9:50 to go in the third quarter. 22-7 Zeeland West, and third and goal from the 5 coming up here for the Red Arrows. Reisbig will break him out. They go back to the shotgun, ball on the right hash mark. One receiver all the way out wide to the left side, wing off the right side. So a power look on third down and goal from the 5-yard line. Snap to 10, the junior Reisbig. He'll tuck it and he'll run. Right side, starter step at the 3-yard line, diving down towards the pylon. He's short. He'll get the 1 or 2-yard line as he was knocked out of bounds up the right-hand side. And now it's fourth and goal from the 2, and Lowell runs to the line of scrimmage. So the Red Arrows will work quickly. They go I formation, single receiver to the left, ball on the 1-yard line. Fourth and goal, Reisbig, quarterback keeper, into the end zone, touchdown Lowell. The Red Arrows answer right back, 22-13 with 9:28 in the third quarter. What a fast-moving start to this game. Both teams quickly putting scores on the board. This time it's Reisbig from 1 yard out, dragging his way into the end zone, and now we will see Todd Parchetta, the junior, try to add the extra point and make it a 22-14 game with just under 9.5 to go third quarter. Snap down. Parchetta, high kick with the right leg through the ball, and that one twists high right down the middle, good. So Parchetta adds the extra point, and that makes it a 22-14 game. We'll be right back here from Zeeland Stadium.
Can you name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas? The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
All right, welcome back to Zeeland Stadium, 22-14. Lowell, a quick answer of their own. 2 scores already in not even 3 minutes in this third quarter of play. Once again, Parchetta the ball on the tee. We'll see if they look to go onside kick again. He'll slowly stride forward, right leg through the ball, and against a high pop-up. This one a little long, twisting inside the 30-yard line, takes a bounce past Parker Holman. Holman forced to run back on the football inside the 20-yard line, and diving out, laying out. Holman able to get 2 hands on the football and settle it down for Zeeland West, but the Ducks will have to start inside their own 20-yard line. Some really unique kicking options that we've seen from Parchetta on these bootaways for Lowell, and it creates a bit of problems right there for Zeeland West, but a good job handling it by Holman inside his own 20-yard line. The West offense and Waller go to work at their own 18 with 9.5 to go in the third quarter. 22-14, Zeeland West over Lowell. The Family Fair Tailgate Special Week is buy one, get one 50% off, equal or lesser value with, yes, Open Acres fresh, all-natural chicken drumsticks, thighs, or whole chicken. Give up the gut here on Holman. He'll shove his way over the 20, and on the forward progress into the pile at the 22-yard line. So 4 yards on first down, 9:18 and less to go in the third quarter. Have not had a chance to catch your breath all night long so far in this football game. 2nd and 7, 2nd and 6 here on the mark from the 22-yard line as they'll break one out right here. 9:04 and less to go. Zeeland West to 1 touchdown, 22-14 lead. 2 tight end T. Gurink, Holman, Roblin the tailbacks. 4 down front, turning to give. Roblin left side, sprinting down over the 25 and gets a late hit thrown on him to the 25-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and short right here after that late blow came in to settle him down on the run. 3rd and 3 from the 25-yard line. In from the sideline, Trevor Waller with the call. 8.5 to go, third quarter. 22-14 Zeeland West. They'll break it out from the right hash mark here. Waller with the call. Zeeland West in the home green uniforms looking to go back up 2 scores. 2 tight end T on a 3rd and 3. Defense crowding in. 2 linebackers and only 2 high safeties. Turn from Waller. Give over the right guard spot, dragging on ahead with Gurink, and he's a yard short of the first down in the tackling pile. Got the 28. He needed the 29-yard line, so it'll be 4th down and 1. 4th down in inches. Not quite enough to move the chains. The ball's actually in between the 28 or the 27 and 28-yard line. So 4th and inches here for Zeeland West from their own 28-yard line. Right hash mark. They'll go for it. 7:51 to go. If they don't get it, they give plus field position. Lowell changes the defensive front. 2 tight end T on 4th and inches. Waller turns. Give. Gurink bottling his way. He's got the first down, pushing to the 29-yard line. They'll give him the 30, falling forward. A good, tough run by the big, tough senior running back, Skylar Gurink. He moves the chains, and Zeeland West keeps the drive alive to their own 30-yard line. 7:38 and less to go, third quarter, 22-14. And I don't think Coach Shillito minds seeing some time tick off the clock right now in this game. They'll break it out one more time. Waller under center, 2 tight end T. 1st and 10 now from their own 30. Zeeland West leads by 8. Defense crowding in for Lowell. Waller went to the hard count, now relays a new message to both sides of his line. Number 2 in green, Waller steps back under center. Snap to the senior. Give straight up the gut on a Holman on the trap play. Busting by 1 tackle and evading another over the 35. Diving to the 36-yard line. A shifty run from Parker Holman. Gets him 6 yards on first down. 2nd and 4 up to the 36-yard line. Good tough run right into the middle of that Lowell defense. Under 7 minutes to go, third quarter. Lowell Zeeland West, I should say, taking their time, dragging this football down the field from their own 36, just inside the right hash. Two tight end, tight T formation. Waller under center. Defense crowding in for Lowell. They run a little bit of misdirection, get up the gut to Holman, slips the first tackle and dives over the 40 to the 41. He's got the first down. Standing over a top of him was Crace on the tackle, and that'll be just enough to move the chains. Bobby Nichols also in on the stop. But what a good run by Holman. It was kind of bottled up and broken in the backfield, but the slippery junior able to find his way over the 40 to the 41-yard line. 1st and 10 as Zeeland West does a great job more, taking time off the clock on this drive. 6:20 to go, third quarter. 1st and 10 from their own 41, up 8. Give to Roebelin. Stretch play, left side. Got a block outside the nerves at the 40. Broke a tackle over the 45 and shoestring tackled into enemy territory to the 45-yard line. First down, Zeeland West. Good, tough run, Rolando Roebelin. They stretch him across the field left side. And the tough junior showing his speed to the outside of the field. He'll pick up the first down, and Zeeland West puts it inside enemy territory up to the 45-yard line. 6:04 and less to go. Clock is ticking down in the third quarter. Under center goes Waller. Two tight end T. Defense crowding in. This time 3 linebackers for Lowell. Turn and a give on to Gurink. 2 hands on the ball. Busts over the 45. Into the tackling pile. They'll give him 3 yards on first down before he's shoved straight back. I see Simcoe. I see a ton more on that tackling pile there to help bring him down. Connor Lixie, the senior cornerback, one of the first down the contact. They'll give him 2 yards officially. 2nd and 8 to the 43-yard line as Waller comes in from the sideline one more time with a call right here for Coach Chilato. Under 5.5 to go, third quarter. Waller taking a little bit of time this time to break the huddle and walk their way on out. Two tight end, tight T formation. Gurink, Holman, Roebelin the tailbacks. Defense crowding in. Waller, turn, give to Holman, up the gut on the trap play. Sidesteps a defender, over the 40, down to the 39-yard line. Tackle made by Crace. It'll be third down and medium, 3rd and 4. After that tough run from Parker Holman gets him a little bit more yardage. Another third down faced by Zeeland West. They're taking time off the clock on this grinding drive. Up 8. We're under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. 22-14 Zeeland West. The Ducks break it out one more time. Division III district semifinal. Waller under center, taking his time to settle himself. Again, 3 linebackers this time. Turning a quick give on to Roebelin, straight up the gut, lowers the head, over the 35-yard line to the 34. He's got the first down. Another tough run from Roebelin, the tackle made by Maddox Simcoe, but Roebelin the junior moving the chains. He's been such a big part of this offense all year, missed the last couple weeks of this season, able to return tonight, and boy, the junior has run the ball very, very effectively. He has 7 total touchdowns on the season, including the lone receiving touchdown on the regular season for Zeeland West. 1st and 10 up to the Lowell 34-yard line here, under 4:20 to go, third quarter. Zeeland West by 8. Snap to Trevor Waller. Turn and a fake give. It's a bootleg keeper. Left side over the 35-yard line. Stutter stepping. Gets his feet taken out. Diving out of bounds to the 30-yard line. Good gain on first down as Maddox Simcoe, the cornerback again, makes the tackle on the outside. So gain of 4 up to the 30-yard line and a 2nd and 6 now after the Waller bootleg keeper. Something they don't do very often. I mean, if you tune into Game Night often, you see the Granville Bulldogs and Coach Stiegel's offense, they run bootleg keepers, quarterback pass options, and a lot of different offense all the time. That is not the case for this team. They mostly keep it with the running back. 2nd and 6 from the 30-yard line. Waller under center, 2 tight end T. 3:40 to go with an 8-point lead in the third quarter. Give to Roebelin up the gut. Broke a tackle. Quick speed move over the 26-yard line, and he's stonewalled there. It'll be third down and short. It'll be 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2 after that tough carry. So Roebelin gets him to 3rd and 2, and again, I think Coach Chilato loves this right now. 3:20 and less to go, clock running down third quarter. They have the lead, they're taking time off, and they've got a chance to maybe bleed all of the remaining clock possibly in this third quarter, plus put some points on the board at the end of the drive. 3rd and 2 from the Lowell 26-yard line. Left hash mark here for the Ducks who break it out. They go back to the tight T. Lowell changing up their defensive look. They go back to 3 linebackers, 2 high safeties. Everyone else on the front line. Waller, give to Gurink. 2 hands on the ball, bouncing off 1 tackle. Got the first down and is twisted down as a 360 and 720 comes on a tackle from Connor Lixie. That just moves the chains enough, though, ahead to the 21-yard line, 22-yard line. First down, Zeeland West, right in between the hashes. We tick under 2:50 to go in the third quarter. Exactly what Zeeland West wanted to see. Clock ticking away, and yardage ticking away right now. 1st and 10, late second quarter. Zeeland West by 8, 2 tight end T. Defense crowding in here for Lowell. They show a bit more pressure this time. Waller give on the stretch play, right side to Gurink. Gurink outside the numbers at the 20 and gets shoestring, tackled by Fitzpatrick down to the 17-yard line. Good carry on 1st down inside the 20 to get 5 or 6 yards. Maybe make it 4 yards. It is 2nd and 6. The mark is the 18-yard line. 2:13 and less to go. 3rd quarter. Waller in again from the sideline. Waller, the green uniform. White long sleeves on either leg. He's got a white towel as well, draped off of those white pants as he steps into the huddle and relays the message. 2nd and 6 for Zeeland West. Under 2 minutes to go. 3rd quarter. The Ducks lead at 22-14 over Lowell. Waller under center. 2 tight end T. Turning to give to Roebling. Cuts outside the left. Hashes at the 15. Has speed to the 10. Outside the numbers at the 5. Diving down. Spinning towards the pylon. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Maybe make it even the 1. Roebling just twisted out of bounds, shy of his attempt to dive for the pylon. It's 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Rolando Roebling, a tough run, a speedy run to the outside, and Zeeland West with 1:44 in the 3rd have got a real chance to score again. Brody Moss will come in here for Skylar Gurink as Coach Shillito changes that running back unit just a little bit. 1:37 and less to go, 3rd quarter. 22-14, a chance to go back up 2 scores right here for the dangerous Ducks offense. 2 tight end T. 1st and goal from inside the 1-yard line. Under center goes Waller. Waller turns, give, Roebling up the gut. Big hole, touchdown, Zeeland West. Rolando Roebling into the end zone again for another strike. And Zeeland West leads it 28-14 from 1 yard out. Roebling was the one that was able to get most of that yardage down the field on the good, tough run. He gets in once again with 1:19 remaining in the 3rd. And it's 28-14 Zeeland West. What a run by Roebling. What a drive by Roebling, I should say, with a couple of runs in there right there. What great blocking, a big hole over left guard. He just bowls his way into the end zone. And with 1:19 to go in the 3rd quarter, the 2 tight end T breaks out once more. Zeeland West will go for 2 in an interesting moment right here as they do so to stretch this lead even a little bit more. Give on the stretch play to Holman, and Holman is twisted down hard. Actually, I take that back. It's Roebling with the ball, stretching the ball towards the pylon. And he's knocked out of bounds. He's not quite going to get it, but there is a penalty marker down. So we're going to have to wait to see what that penalty marker on the outside of the play is. The attempt is actually good, but there is a holding against Zeeland West. So Roebling, they do say that he just got the pylon, and he got across that plane, but there is a holding penalty that will bring this back, and now Zeeland West will have to go for it from a little bit further back. They change out the unit because of that. Most goes back to the sideline. Gurink will come back in his place. So with the holding penalty, they now have to go back with that spot foul to the 15-yard line. So they'll go for 2. It would still appear from the 15-yard line up 28-14. They break it out. They will. 2 tight end T going for 2 from the 15-yard line. Waller under center. A true passing situation right here. Here's a snap to Waller. Fake handoff. Bootleg right to pass. Waller rolling. Pressure coming. Fires towards the end zone off the back foot. And that one is thrown to the back of the end zone and bottles around, hit the ground, then is gathered in the end zone, but it's incomplete. A very awkward play. It was bottled around. It was gathered late in the back of the end zone there. I think it was Jace Zwart who picked up the football, but it did hit the ground just before he got to it, so it remains 28-0 with 1:19 in the 3rd quarter. We'll be right back here from Zeeland.
The sinister cries haunted Mary through the night. Dawn neared, and still the voice tormented her. She ran towards the safety of her car, flung open the door, and a coyote had somehow gotten locked inside. But the damaged interior was covered, thanks to Farmers Insurance. Coyote Carpool, August 1st, 2015. Talk to a farmer's agent. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today, 616-531-3441. A proud supporter of MichiganGameNight.com.
Welcome back. Nate Dreyer with you. Chase Howard ball on the tee, moving left to right here for Zeeland West after Roebling finds his way into the end zone for the second time today and makes it a 2-score Zeeland West lead. 28-14 with a little over a minute to go. Low twisting kick from Holwerda, taken in at the 11-yard line, up the right hashes here by Lixie. Stutter step move over the 30. He's got the 35, angles left at the 40, to the 45-yard line, 50. Has to break through a couple of tacklers and splits him over the 45-yard line. He goes down into enemy territory. The ball slips free at the end. And I think they're going to deem that Lixie was down. Another return in a plus territory. The ball came slipping free. It almost looked like it was about to be Zeeland West football. Instead, Lowell has plus territory to start this drive once again. 1:07 now, third quarter, and again the Red Arrows find themselves trailing by a couple here on the MGN Road to Ford Field. Who will continue their season in this battle of traditional Division III powerhouses? Lowell goes to work from the Zeeland West 45-yard line. 1:07 to go, third quarter, 1st and 10, and they'll break it out. The terrific junior quarterback, Jackson Reisbig, will run the offense right here. He had the 1-yard TD plunge on the last drive. They go to work out of the shotgun. 2 wide receivers right from the left hash mark. Wing off the left side of the line. Low snap, fake handoff. Reisbig fires right side. Leaping grab made, 38-yard line by Fitzpatrick, and he's twisted and brought down after a gain of 8 yards over the 40 down to that 38-yard line by Skylar Gurink. Good gain on first down as they throw a little quick slant to the deep outside receiver. 2nd and 3 for Lowell up to the 38-yard line. Clock ticks under 45 seconds to go, third quarter. Coach Hennige's team will break it out very quickly right here. Reisbig again will work from the shotgun. 2 wide receivers left to the ball on the right hash mark. 2nd and 3. Snap to Reisbig. Fakes the pitch. He'll take it up the gut himself. Reisbig driving into the tackling pile. He should have just enough for the first. He does not. The mark will be the 36-yard line, 1 yard short of the first down. And Lowell goes to work quickly. I'm sure they'd love to get the first down in before the start of the fourth quarter. 16 seconds and less to go. 3rd and 1. They go I formation. 2 wide receiver set. 5 down front for Zeeland West. Reisbig. Here's the snap. Give on the straight give to the fullback Carson Crace. He'll fall over the first down marker to the 33-yard line. So that moves the chains for Lowell, and that also will potentially end our third quarter of play. They will let the clock run down. All right, we're through 3. 28-14. Zeeland West over Lowell. We'll be right back here to Zeeland Stadium and game night on Michigan Sports Radio.
.67 horsepower, candy red, 8 cylinders of freedom. And to think, he only let me drive it once. I've never considered myself to be a lucky man. That would be Dad. He didn't know a thing about cars, couldn't tell a hatchback from a quarterback. But somehow his just kept going, and going, and going, and going. Turns out Dad wasn't lucky. He just knew where to look.
Don't just find yourself, make yourself. Start businesses, build bridges, save lives, raise a whole city. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Welcome back to game night, fourth quarter from Zeeland. The Ducks lead 28-14 from the gun. Snap to Reisbig. Fake handoff. Pump fakes. Fires deep. Over the middle. Diving grab made at the 5-yard line. 1st and goal coming up, but a penalty marker is down as Maddox Simcoe hauls that one down. We'll have to wait to see what the penalty marker in the secondary is right here. Both teams still marching forward, but Simcoe a diving grab inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. And it's pass interference on the defense. So that'll get turned down, and that'll be a first down for Lowell. Despite the pass interference, they've got a 1st and goal on a deep shot over the middle to the senior wide receiver, Maddox Simcoe. 11:54 to go in the fourth quarter, 28-14, and a 1st and goal from the 5 for the Red Arrows. They'll run it out to the line of scrimmage in the traveling white uniforms right here. Down a couple of scores. They operate from the shotgun, 1 receiver right out of a power set. Tailback is Hun to the right hip. The motion Hun out into the right slot. Reisbig fires right slot. Caught Hun, 4-yard line. Has a good block to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown Lowell. Dawson Hun into the end zone. The senior able to race on to the right corner. It's 28-20. 5-yard TD pass. And Lowell is right back into this one. 11:43 to go in the ball game. Hun with his first TD grab of the season. It'll again be Parchetta looking to add the extra point. Right leg through the ball, and that one right down the hatch. And good. 28-21, back within 7 of the Red Arrows. 11:43 to go. Back and forth we go. We'll be right back from Zeeland.
To replace that worn-out carpet or floor, Floor Coverings International makes it easy. They bring their mobile showroom to you. Save yourself the trip and gas shopping around. See a wide selection of carpet, hardwood, laminate, and vinyl in the lighting of your own home. Go to floorcoveringsinternational.com today for your free consultation. Work with one team for a hassle-free experience from the quote to installation. And each Floor Coverings International business is independently owned and operated, so they are local business owners in our community. Floor Coverings International, the flooring store at your door.
Bowling is a great time that combines great friends, football, and bowling. Compete against your friends or family, throwing a football at 10 real bowling pins. You can bring in your own food, or they have a pair of 45-foot bars featuring soft drinks and adult beverages. Visit foldingwarehouse.com, Grand Rapids, to reserve your lanes.
Welcome back. Nate Dreyer with you here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Lowell goes to another onside kick. This one didn't look like it quite made it 10 yards anyway. A sliding gather was made by one of the Zeeland West upmen. It then came out of that pile. It was Hayden Ryder that fell on it, and it looks like it's Lowell football. The ball came bouncing away right at the 50-yard line. It looks like it slipped away from Hayden Ryder. Lowell may have fallen on it. The Red Arrows back to their sideline celebrating. The officials gathered around at the 50-yard line, and a major, major turning point in this football game as it might once again be Lowell football, and they may have a chance to tie this thing on up. 28-21 with 11:43 to go, and a long meeting of officials right here. The ball went bouncing to essentially the 49-yard line, and that's where it was Zeeland West that touched it up right at that 49, 50-yard line, and it's going to be Zeeland West football. So they deem that it was gathered by Zeeland West. It was not fumbled by Ryder, and it is going to be Zeeland West football. As now you're going to see Lowell kind of send some representatives out to try to get a message in right here. No. Now the correction is made again. It was gathered by Zeeland West and then recovered by White, the call is. Lowell goes storming back to their sideline. Their crowd explodes, and it's Lowell football at the 50-yard line, down a score with 11:43 to go in the fourth quarter. A moment of suspense right there. The boos raining out from the Zeeland West side, and the Red Arrows have got a chance to knot the football game right here as Reisbig and company run back onto the field. What a turning point moment in this football game as the seasons for both teams now again hanging the balance. Back to the shotgun. Two receivers right, no one out wide to the left side from in between the hashes. Hum the tailback, motions right hip. Reisbig gets the snap, fakes a throw, runs it up the gut. He's got the 48-yard line into the middle of the Zeeland West defense. Smyers stands over top of him. 2 yards, 2nd and 8 to the 48 for Lowell, who again goes up-tempo. This time they go pistol, two receivers right. 11.5 to go, fourth quarter, 2nd and 8. Actually, check that though now. Motion to the I form. Give to the fullback is faked. Reisbig keeps it up to the 50-yard line, bounces off the first wave of tacklers and falls down right there. It'll be 3rd and 5 for Lowell coming up right here. They're operating the offense quickly. 11:08 and less to go, fourth quarter. All three timeouts for both teams, 28-21, and a 3rd and 5 for the Red Arrows. Can Zeeland West, after the onside kick works for Lowell, get a stop and hang on to the lead, or will Lowell find a tie in this football game for the first time since 0-0? They go I formation, 2 wide receivers set. 4 down front for Zeeland West. Reisbig, here's the snap, and a timeout is called by the Lowell bench before they're able to snap that one. 10:46 to go, fourth quarter. 28-21, Zeeland West leading Lowell in this football game. Are you looking to get your kids active this winter? Michigan Sports Academies has something for everyone, from national level travel teams to weekly clinics. Programming is available for volleyball, basketball, soccer, and lacrosse in Grand Rapids, and now on the Lakeshore in Holland and Muskegon. Visit MichiganSportsAcademies.com for more information and to register. That's MichiganSportsAcademies.com. Who is the top West Michigan male athlete you've watched perform for a West Michigan team or individually in the past 50 years? Check out all the questions that you can help answer celebrating the 50th anniversary at GRSHOF.com. That's GRSHOF.com, the Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame. Make sure for game recaps and so much more, you go to MichiganSportsRadio.com. You can find standings, schedules, and live scoring that we've been showing you throughout the evening as well. As you can take a look at that right now as well. Some really interesting games are going on around the area. 10:46 to go. Lowell will break out of the timeout. 3rd and 5. Down a score from the Zeeland West 45-yard line. From the left hash, they go 2 wide receivers right. They change things around from the gun into the I formation. Under center, the fullback is going to be Carson Kreis. They fake it to him. End around keeper over the 45, and Brody Smyers tugs the junior quarterback Reisbig down to the 44-yard line. It's 4th and 4 coming up right here with 10:33. Decision time, and it's not much of a decision. Lowell will go for it right here with 10.5 to go, 4th quarter. They trail by a score, 28-21. They change their unit out a little bit right here, maybe a bit more of a power unit. Brendan Wittenbach, the senior, comes in. A couple of receivers leave the field, and Jackson Reisbig has the call in from Coach Hennigy in the sideline. The 6-foot senior relays the message. They'll break it out. 4th and 4. From the 44, inside enemy territory, 28-21, 10 minutes to go, 4th quarter. Lowell the football, shotgun, single wide receiver, set, and another timeout is forced to be burned by the Lowell coaching staff. They didn't like how something was set up right there, and they burned their second timeout of the half. 9:57 to go, 28-21, Zeeland West. Westonbrook Mower has served the Holland and Greater Grand Rapids area for over 60 years with locations in Jenison and Holland. They carry lawnmowers, string trimmers, leaf blowers, and much more. Plus, they have a full-service department to get you ready for next season. Check them out online at westonbrookmower.com. Auto body experts with locations in Holland, Hudsonville, Wayland, and Zeeland are sure they can help with your repair needs. They offer lifetime written warranties with every repair, so come find them and they'll take away the stress because they are the experts. Check them out online at Auto Body Experts. That's just the letter X for experts.com. All right, they'll break it out. Thanks, of course, to the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency, our title sponsor, our banner sponsor. If you've been to the home games for Granville as well that we have out there, and Centennial Securities, our presenting sponsor of our Player of the Game and Halftime show as well. All right, 4th and 4. Lowell from the Zeeland West 44. They run out of the timeout with 9:57 to go in the 4th. They'll operate from the shotgun. Ball in between the hashes. Single receiver out wide to the right side. Wingback motions from the left to the right side. And now the tailback motions from the right to the left hip of the quarterback, Reisbig. Snap to Reisbig. Fake handoff. Thrown over the middle. All alone. Caught 25-yard line. Into the open field. Fitzpatrick. 5. Touchdown Lowell. All alone, Aiden Fitzpatrick hauls it in over top of the defense, and the extra point ties the football game with 9:50 to go. A 44-yard pass strike from Reisbig to his senior target, Fitzpatrick. 28-27, Reisbig to the senior Fitzpatrick, who's been breaking plays all game long, especially in the return game, but he's able to find the end zone right here with 9:50 to go. And Lowell has a chance to knot the game up with the extra point here from Todd Parchetta, the junior kicker. On the hold, he had the touchdown, right, high snap, able to settle it down, right leg swung through the ball, and good. We're tied, 28 all, 9:50 to go, 4th quarter. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back here from Zeeland.
The sinister cries haunted Mary through the night. Dawn neared, and still the voice tormented her. She ran towards the safety of her car, flung open the door, and a coyote had somehow gotten locked inside. But the damaged interior was covered, thanks to Farmers Insurance. Coyote Carpool, August 1st, 2015. Talk to a farmer's agent. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today, 616-531-3441. A proud supporter of MichiganGameNight.com.
What a wild contest. It's the MGN Road to Ford Field here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Nate Dreyer with you solo tonight. Chandler Timmer will rejoin me, by the way, tomorrow afternoon for Caledonia Granville. And Lowell with back-to-back scores have knotted it. 9:50 to go. We're tied at 28. Left to right, Parchetta will send another one away, and this is going to be a short twisting kick up to the 22-yard line. Taken inside the right numbers by Gurink. He'll run it over the 30. Stutter step on ahead. Nearly lost the football into the tackling pile. He got the 24-yard line. So now Zeeland West is going to have to find a way to settle down their own offense after back-to-back scores. There is a flag, though, down on the field at the end of that return. We'll have to wait to see what the call is. Very likely possibly going to be on the return team. It's a face mask on Lowell, so they use the face mask to bring Gurink down on the return. And Zeeland West will get free 15 yards off the end of that return and get to midfield to start out this drive. Very good field position. The 48-yard line just down their own side of the field for Coach Shillito's offense coming up. Now in a tied 28-28 ball game. What a contest it's been here as Trevor Waller and company go to work with 9:44. Knotted for the first time since 0-0 in this game. Two tight end T goes to work for the home green uniforms of Zeeland West. Defense crowding in for Lowell. Turn from Waller. Initial give on to Holman over the 50. He'll get the 49-yard line before he is hauled down by the inside of the defense. Janiga on the tackle, and a good first down carry right there. An okay first down carry into the tough pile for 3 yards. 2nd and 7 up to the 49-yard line right here. Unit changed out a little bit as Brody Moss will run in for Orlando Roebelin. And Trevor Waller has got the call from Coach Shillito. He'll relay the message to Zeeland West, who breaks it out to the 49-yard line, just in a Lowell territory. 9:12 and less to go, knotted at 28. 2nd down and 7. Tight T. Waller turns. Penalty marker is down right away from the sideline. And it looks like we're going to have an offsides and an encroachment call against Lowell. 5 free yards. That'll make it 2nd down and 2 for Zeeland West at the end of this penalty. So 9:05 to go. Good yardage, moves further ahead now for Zeeland West as they'll take it up inside the 45-yard line, and they will have a 2nd and 2 that'll follow as Waller comes in from the sideline and Coach Shillito with the call. And these two brands, when you think about what they are in terms of West Michigan winning football, power football, Zeeland West and Lowell, so many championships and meeting in the first round of the playoffs. 2nd and 2 from the Lowell 44-yard line. Tied at 28. Waller under center out of the tee. Turning a give to Holman. The fullback trap play over the 40. Spinning down in the tackling pile. He's got the 38-yard line before he is shut down by the inside of the Lowell defense. Carson Crace on the tackle. First down, Zeeland West. 8:40 to go in the 4th. And a chance for Zeeland West to maybe score and to maybe take some time off the clock while they're doing so as well. And then all eyes will turn on to the 2-point conversion that would also follow. They've gotten 2 and they failed at 2 so far in this game to bring things even at 28 from the 39-yard line in between the hashes in the Lowell territory. 2 tight end T on 1st and 10. Under 8:20 to go. Defense changes up for Lowell. Snap to Waller. Delayed give on to Gurink. 2 hands on the ball. Burst to speed over the 30. Broken tackle 25. Up the right hashes 10. 5. Touchdown Zeeland West. 39-yard touchdown. Skylar Gurink puts the Ducks back on top. 34-28. What a carry. Skylar Gurink with his 2nd TD of the contest, this time a 39-yard rush with 8:10 remaining. And Zeeland West will go for 2 right here. A big 2-point conversion. Both teams have been scoring at will in the second half. And here we go. The Ducks will break it out. Taking their time in the huddle before they do so. 2 tight end T. Gurink, Holman, Roebelin the backs behind Trevor Waller. Defense crowding in for Lowell. Here's Waller. Turn, give Roebelin left guard. Big hole into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good for Orlando Roebelin. And Zeeland West has taken an 8-point lead, 36-28. A big score from Roebelin right there. Catch your breath because we've got a wild finish for certain coming up in this one. 8:10 to go, and now the Lowell offense gets put right back on the clock, needing to find some points of their own. West Michigan Chiropractic and Sports in Jenison is your source for quality family and sports-related chiropractic care. Visit West Michigan Chiropractic and Sports at wmchiropractic.com for more details. Roll with Kroll and stay cozy this fall. Call Kroll Furnace for all of your heating and cooling needs. Furnace tune-ups are just $95, and Terrence M. says that we've been using Kroll Furnace for 30 years and have never had a complaint. Choose Kroll Furnace for top-notch American-made products like Amana. See more online at krollfurnace.com. All right, ball on the tee at the 40-yard line, and potentially a changing of the guard in terms of our Centennial Securities player of the game and our Lakeshore Sewing threading the needle play of the game right there. 36-28, Zeeland West leads. Chase Howirda, right to left, will send this away. Twisting kick outside the right numbers, taken at the 15-yard line with a bit of a stutter step by Lixie. Outside the right numbers, 32-yard line, gang tackled out of bounds by Smyers. He'll get the 35, and Lowell's offense will find their way onto the field one more time. Well, they've shown an ability to score all second half long behind their terrific junior quarterback Jackson Reisbig, but now Coach Hennige's offense is going to have to score one more time, and they're going to need the 2 at the end of it as well as they trail 36-28 with 8:05. They'll start at their own 36-yard line. The traveling white uniforms moving left to right across your computer will work their way out onto the field. Jackson Reisbig, the junior quarterback from the shotgun, the tailback Dawson Hunt, who had the receiving TD a moment ago. Wing off either side of the line from the shotgun. Single receiver out wide left. Give to Hunt. He'll cut it over left guard. Lower his head to the 39-yard line and fall to the 40 for a good gain of 4 yards on first down for Hunt. They've changed up that running back throughout this game. We've seen some of Tacho Gonzalez, some of Carson Crayson. Lately, it's been Dawson Hunt. They work quickly. They go I form on 2nd and 6 from their own 40-yard line. Snapping to give to Crayson, the fullback, shut down right away. Immediately gang tackled by the inside of the defense and shut down with nowhere to go. It'll be right back to the 40-yard line right here. The initial tackle was made by Luke Hulsman, the senior defensive lineman right in the middle of the defense. Swallowed up blocks and swallowed up the ball carrier on the option give. 3rd and 6 from their own 40 for Lowell. 7:20 to go, fourth quarter. Zeeland West leads by 8, and the Red Arrows break it out right here. The work from the gun as they have really all second half long again. Wing off either side of the line. Single receiver goes left. Snap to Reisbig. Drop to pass. Has some time. Fires right side. Blocked away. Brody Smyers got his hand in the way. Knocked the pass away on the pass rush. It's 4th down and 6, and the Zeeland West crowd goes wild. What a play by Smyers. He also a player that's been injured the second half of the year for the Ducks. He made his return today, and he makes a big impact right there, getting the big mitt in the way of the pass, knocking it down. And now Lowell is faced with a 4th and 6 from their own 40-yard line with 7:04 to go. They trail 36-28, and they'll break it out. Reisbig will operate the unit from the gun. Empty backfield. 3 wide receivers right, single man in the left slot. They motion Crace, that left slot man, across the line to the right. Heavy all to the right side. Snap to Reisbig. Drop to pass. Fired right flat. Caught Hunt. 39-yard line. Cuts it up over the 45. Has the first down to the 47. He'll dive to the 48. First down, Lowell. What a play on the little screen to Hunt. He moves the chains, and Lowell keeps their drive and maybe keeps their season alive. 6:55 and less to go, fourth quarter. 36-28. They go to work out of the I form. 2 wide receivers right. 4 down front for Zeeland West. Snap, give, Crace, up the gut, the fullback, blowing his way on ahead to the 46-yard line. It takes Lowell and a few more to eventually shut him down. Good first run dive right there onto Carson Crace, the big fullback. They get it up to the 46-yard line in the enemy territory, 2nd and 4. And again, they go to work out of the I form. 2 wide receivers left, 2nd and 4 from the 46. Under center goes Reisbig, 4 down front. It's a straight quarterback keeper. Big hole over the 40, over the 35-yard line, and twisted down from behind by Orion Yant. First down and then some. It was a quarterback keeper, and a big hole opened up, and Reisbig just raced ahead over the 35-yard line. And they work quickly again. 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line in the enemy territory. And the I form comes back out, and Coach Shillito has seen enough. He will call a timeout. 6:16 to go. 36-28 Zeeland West. What a sequence that was at mock speed. Lowell's offense going no huddle and racing down the field. Did you know that roller skating is in full swing? Terry Hall Roller Rink in Granville is open Thursday through Sunday with a variety of hours to meet your family's needs. Visit terryhall.com for details. All skate, everyone skate. Have you tried the hottest new restaurant in the area? The Derby Tavern in Jamestown is on everyone's list for fine food and beverage, where friends gather and every hour is happy hour. Visit derbytavern.com for details. 6:16 to go. Fourth quarter. Zeeland West 36, Lowell 28. Nate Dreyer with you here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. We welcome you inside Zeeland Stadium. What a contest this has been. And Lowell's offense, they were able to convert that 4th down, and they went into hyperdrive. They went I form, no huddle, just pounding their way up the field. Eventually, Coach Shillito has to call a timeout, get the new defense out there, get things reset. And that is exactly where we sit right now in such a fascinating football game. 6:16 to go. 36-28, and both teams will start to slowly break out of the timeout pile right here. It's 1st and 10 up to the Zeeland West 32-yard line for Lowell. The Ducks still lead it 36-28, but Lowell driving right now. The quarterback, Reisbig, been operating mostly out of the I formation on the second half of this drive. They'll change things up a little bit, and they'll go shotgun. Ball on the right hash mark. 2 receivers spread all the way out wide to the left side. Wing off the right side of the line. The tailback is Hunt. Reisbig, right foot in front of the left. Fake handoff. Drop to pass. Reisbig fires left side. Caught 25-yard line down to his knees to corral it. Aiden Fitzpatrick able to hang on for a good first down run. The ball just thrown a little ahead of him, and he was kind of forced to dive and awkwardly bring that one in. Otherwise, he had room to run. 2nd and 3 up to the 26-yard line. They go I form. 2 receivers both to the right side. 2 tight end unit. Under center, Reisbig give to the big fullback, Crace, who powers his way as far as the 23-yard line, 1 yard short of the first down. It will be 3rd and 1 from the 23. 5:40 and less to go, fourth quarter. 36-28, Zeeland West. They quickly operate again. Back to the I form. Reisbig under center. Taking his time, and now crowds under. Snap to Reisbig. Give again right up the middle on the Crayson. He's got the first down, pushing the pile ahead to the 21-yard line. Got it. 3, needed 1, and moves the change. Good run by the big senior. 6 foot, 200 pounds, Carson Crace. He's the fullback in that I form, and he has run so tough during the course of this football game. He's also got 2 touchdowns on the season. So, Lowell now left hash mark. Zeeland West, 21-yard line, trailing by 8. 5:20 to go, fourth quarter. They go back under center to the I form. 2 wide receivers right. 4 down front for Zeeland West. Turn and a fake give. Drop to pass. Reisbig fires, looking for the end zone. Overthrown over top of the head of the tight end, Alex Binns. Lowell may be looking for a pass interference on some tight coverage down the field by Parker Holman. No flag comes at 2nd and 10 Lowell with 5:08 to go, and the clock stopped now in the fourth quarter. So Zeeland West leads by 8. Lowell will huddle around this time with the clock stopped at 5:08. They've found their way down the field looking for the tying score, which would also require that 2-point conversion. Back to the shotgun. Ball in the left hash mark at the 21-yard line. 2 wide receivers spread to the right side of the field. Reisbig steps 1 step in front of the tailback. Low snap, sells it down. Reisbig to pass. Now he'll tuck it down. Hesitate. Thought to run again. Rolls right side. He'll now throw it to the right corner of the end zone. Overthrown over the head of Fitzpatrick. A very awkward play twice right there. Reisbig tucked the ball. Looked like he was going to run, but he just had more and more time moving to the right side. Eventually, he awkwardly floats one to the corner of the end zone. It was over the head of Fitzpatrick, though, and now it's 3rd and 10 from the Zeeland West 21-yard line on that left hash. 4:59 to go. 36-28. Zeeland West the lead. Lowell driving. From the gun, they go empty backfield. 3 wide receivers to the right. Wing off the left side of the line. 5 down front for Zeeland West. They'll bring some pressure on 3rd and 10. Reisbig. He'll tuck it and run straight over the left guard. Over the 20. Pushing the pile down. He got the 16-yard line. He's well short of the first down. It will be 4th and medium. Under 5 minutes to go, and this might be to save the season again on 4th down for Lowell right here. It's 4th and 4 from the Zeeland West 16-yard line. 4:40 and less to go. The Ducks lead by 8. The Lowell huddle will break. They need 5 yards to make it. 4th and 5 from the 16-yard line. From the gun, 2 wide receivers right. Wing off the left side of the line. Hun, the tailback, will motion now into the right slot. Empty backfield for Reisbig. 4th and 5 from the 16. Snap to the junior. It's low. He settles it down. We've got whistles down. And we've got a timeout called by the Zeeland West defense before that one was snapped as they saw what the offense was bringing. So now just 1 timeout for each team. 4:18 to go. 36-28 Zeeland West. Are you ready to enjoy your career? Royal Technologies is hiring for assemblers, operators, material handlers, and supervisors. No matter what your talents are, there's room for you to learn and grow. Royal offers many benefits such as paid time off, insurance after 30 days, weekly pay, quarterly bonuses, and an on-site gym. And they're even closed on Sundays. Go online to gotoroyal.com and apply today at Royal Technologies. High-tone cleaners with locations in Jenison and Granville offer professional dry cleaning, laundering, bulk laundry service, shoe care, repair, and more. And they also have same-day service if you drop off your items before 9 a.m., even on Saturdays. So check them out online at hightonecleaners.com because they also even offer pickup and delivery service. That's hightonecleaners.com. All right, 4:18 to go, fourth quarter here. It's the MGN Road to Ford Field on game night on Michigan Sports Radio. Nate Dreyer with you solo tonight. and haven't had much time to even give it over to Chandler if he would have been here. It's been such a fast-moving game. 4th and 5 from the Zeeland West 16-yard line. Lowell, they'll spread him 3 wide to the right side. Empty backfield to save the season. Snap to Reisbig at the waist. He'll drop to pass. Reisbig, pressure coming. Flush from the pocket right at the 25-yard line. He'll tuck it down. He runs over the 15-yard line. Throwing a shoulder down to the 11. He's a yard short of the first down. It was Lowell coming in and throwing a shoulder defensively to keep Reisbig short, and it's Zeeland West football. They hold deep in their own territory with 4:09 to go, and the Ducks take over with an 8-point lead. What a play. Lowell just tracked him down in the open field. It was shoulder on shoulder between the middle linebacker and the quarterback. The middle linebacker wins the battle, and Zeeland West takes the football back with 4:09. A chance to save their season. Lowell winds up a yard short. Now the defense needs an answer. Still 4:09 to go in this football game and an 8-point lead. But Waller and company have been unstoppable offensively, and they'll break out right here out of the 2 tight end tee. Lowell changes up the defensive front. Snap to Waller. Give to Holman on the trap, and he is shut down right away. They give him a yard ahead to the 15-yard line. Maybe it's 2 yards from the 13. 2nd down and 8. Janiga on the tackle. We go under 4 minutes to go in the 4th, 36-28. Waller in from the sideline of the call. He is taking his time for certain right now as that clock bleeds its way down under 3:40 to go. They want to take up all of the clock they can between each play right here. They lead by 8, do the Ducks, and they'll break it out from their own 15-yard line. 2nd and 8, 2 tight end tee. Defense crowding in again for Lowell. They show 5 on the front line. A couple more standing edge rushers, and they shift up that front. Snap to Waller. Give left side to Roblin. Cuts it up over the 20 and falls to the 21-yard line. Had a good blocker in front of him that he followed before TJ Holleran brought him down. 3rd down. Just past the 20 to the 21. It's 3rd and 4. So a chance for Lowell now to come up with a stop and maybe get the football back. Just under 3 minutes to go. 3rd and 4 from the 20. Waller in from the sideline of the call. Message is relayed to his unit, and they take their time to break it out. 3rd and 4 from their own 20, leading by 8. Zeeland West goes to work in the tight tee. Waller went to the hard count, now looks back, gets a new call relayed, steps back under center. Waller, hard count, got him to jump offside. It was Lixie coming off the left side of the defensive line, jumped early, 1st down on the offsides. A huge mistake by the senior edge rusher. The ball moves to the 25-yard line, and it's 1st down, Zeeland West with 2:37 to go. And now Lowell is really finding themselves in trouble. Just 1 timeout and 2.5 to go. 36-28, Zeeland West the lead. Skylar Grink right now the winning touchdown on that 39-yard run on the last Zeeland West drive. Zeeland West has not been stopped offensively. The changing moment in the football game was when Lowell was able to get that onside kick recovered from their own 25-yard line. Under 2:15 to go, the Ducks break it out. They lead by 8. Waller under center. Snap to Waller. Give on to Gurink, right side, twisted down in the backfield. It's Lixie after that penalty a moment ago, twisting it down his man back to the line of scrimmage at the 25-yard line. 2nd and 10, and Lowell will use their final timeout, 36-28. Thanks, of course, to the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency. We'll go to the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency postgame show in a minute. Centennial Securities will hand out that Player of the Game award along with the Play of the Game presented by Lakeshore Sewing. Our Barber Ford, they provide a vast selection of new and used vehicles, exceptional car care, and customer service. With competitive prices offered on every pre-owned model for sale on their lot, you won't find a reason to visit any other dealership in Holland. So check out their inventory online at barberford.net. DJ's Pizza Pub is located in beautiful downtown Hudsonville. They serve a variety of outstanding pizzas, including Chicago-style deep dish and many more. Also, they've got wings, salads, and subs. You can dine in, carry out, or have it delivered for your convenience. So give DJ's a call at 616-669-9550 or djspizzapub.com. 2:07 to go, 2nd and 10 for Zeeland West with the clock stopped in between the hash marks at their own 25-yard line. The Ducks leading the Red Arrows of Lowell 36-28 here. Nate Dreyer with you on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio, and the Ducks will break it out right here. Out of the 2 tight end tee. Under center strides Waller. Snap to the senior quarterback. Give left side of Roblin on the stretch play. Got the 25-yard line. Cut down at the 26. Defenders came running in from all angles. Crace upended him, and it's 3rd down and long. It'll be 3rd and 8, falling ahead to the 27-yard line. And a chance for Lowell to again make a stop, but they are running out of time right now at the end of this contest. Under 1:45 to go, 36-28. Waller taking his time coming in from the sideline. Ducks need 8 on 3rd down this time, so even the hard count can't quite get them the first down as it did last time. Waller will break the huddle and stride out to the line. They stay out of the tight tee. They have not changed the formation once all game long. The senior quarterback with that hand warmer off the front of the jersey strides under center. Snap to Waller. Give, faked, and then on to Gurink. Right side, broke a tackle over the 40. Up the middle of the field, 45-40. Left sideline, 30. 25-20. And a very heady play inside the 20-yard line. He'll slide down to the 18, and that'll do it. Zeeland West will be moving on to the second round of the playoffs. An unselfish play from Gurink. He had a chance to score from a little over 70 yards out. Instead, he slides down inside the 20-yard line, and Zeeland West is on their way to the second round. It'll be the winner of St. Joe, likely St. Joe it looks like, and East Grand Rapids in that battle. But the Ducks stay alive. They'll live to fight another day, and they win this classic battle. We take under a minute to go. They'll go to the victory formation. Final minute coming off the clock. Zeeland West into the victory formation with Trevor Waller, the senior under center, second-year starter for Coach Shillito. Waller, they ran the offense well tonight. They'll go under 40 seconds. Snap to Waller. He'll kneel it with a left, and that'll do it. The final 40 seconds will be able to come off the clock. We'll see the handshake lines in just a moment. 36-28. Zeeland West keeps their season alive in front of their home crowd. They win a thriller in a 2-3 battle. Lowell had a couple chances down the field twice. On 4th down, they turn it over deep in enemy territory. That winds up being your difference in the football game. Coach Shillito, he's the only coach in the history of this Zeeland West program, and I think that's now 14 playoff wins in the years since he's been at this program. Zeeland West, 36. Lowell, 28. We'll be right back with our Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency postgame show.
Hello, West Michigan sports fans. I am Mark Kimball. I'm president of the Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame. This is our 50th year, and in our 50th year, we like to sit around and chat about all the great things that have happened in the world of sports in our community. I need your help in helping me remember which of those athletes, teams, and events were the most important or the most fun for you to participate in. We're running a series of surveys that are asking for your input in identifying your favorite sporting event over the last 50 years. Some of my favorite events were the very first Whitecaps game or the very first Hoops game. What were your favorite events? And then I like to think about who are the best athletes that we've seen in the last 50 years, both from a female and a male perspective. And finally, tell me who your favorite team is and what they accomplished over the last 50 years. I look forward to hearing from you on your favorite sports memories.
Founded in 1969, J&H Family Stores has grown from a single tank truck to over 50 convenience store locations in West Michigan. Our locations offer a variety of fuel options ranging from Exxon, Mobil, Marathon, and Citgo. At many of our stores, you'll also be pleased to find a Tim Hortons or Subway. Find the location near you by visiting myjhfamilystores.com. There's one in your neighborhood.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
And welcome back. Nate Dry with you here on the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency postgame show. It's the MGN Road to Ford Field, and for Zeeland West, the road to Ford Field continues 36-28. They are winners over Lowell in this classic battle here tonight. Let's go over your second half scoring recap. It was a tight 14-7 game at the half, and things exploded in the second half. Things opened up as it was Parker Holman with a 37-yard touchdown to give a 22-8 lead for Zeeland West, and then we saw Reisbig with a 1-yard touchdown of his own to answer. Zeeland West then was able to follow with a 1-yard Roebelin touchdown, and then it was 28-14 at the end of the third quarter. Things opened up then very quickly in the fourth quarter of play. In this one, Lowell found a 5-yard touchdown strike from Reisbig to Hun, and then they added the extra point to get within a score, and then they got the onside kick. They drive down the field, a 44-yard pass touchdown from Reisbig to Fitzpatrick. They add the extra point. We're tied. Your winning score. A 39-yard run right up the gut for Skylar Gurink. He finds his way into the end zone. The 2-point conversion was good. 36-28 the final after a big late stop from Zeeland West. And what a contest this one certainly was here tonight. So many talking points to come away from this football game with. Look at some of your leaders in this contest for Lowell. Reisbig winds up carrying the ball 20 times for 96 yards, the quarterback in this game. Reisbig throws for 196 yards and 3 touchdowns as well. So a big game for him going through the air for Zeeland West. Waller only threw the ball once, able to complete it for 13 yards, and for Zeeland West, what a game. 161 yards for Skylar Gurink, and of course 2 touchdowns in that big run that could have been a touchdown at the end of the game as well. We are going to take one last break here on the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency postgame show. When we come back, we'll have your Lakeshore Sewing Threading the Needle play of the game, and we'll have your Centennial Securities player of the game. So make sure you do not go anywhere. Right before we do take a step aside, I want to again remind you that when it comes to your home parking lot and roads, you want a smooth, safe, and attractive surface for walking and driving. Trust the professionals at Bruce's Blacktop with over 30 years of experience to get the job done right. Check them out online at brucesblacktopllc.com. All right, a lot to still get back to in this one. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back here from Zeeland. The Ducks moving on 36-28 over Lowell.
Can you name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas? The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Daniel the deer danced everywhere. He pranced through fields and jigged through rivers. Then he saw it. What a stage! A place no deer had dared dance before. The hood of a brand new car. Hey, my car! And the car was covered, thanks to Farmers Insurance. Deer Dance Floor, December 1st, 2014. Talk to a farmer's agent. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today, 616-531-3441. A proud supporter of MichiganGameNight.com.
Welcome back. Scott Bates, Farmers Insurance Agency postgame show. Nate Dreyer with you here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Zeeland West moving on with the win tonight. By the way, of course, remember, MichiganSportsRadio.com and the Listen Live, or the live scores page. You can find a ton of scores. Rockford is pulled away from East Kentwood. FHC up big over Reese Puffer. Mona Shores up big over Traverse City Central. Byron Center, after having a 15-14 lead, falling well behind versus Portage Northern. So it looks like the Huskies moving on to that game. Muskegon 64-9, taking down Sparta Coopersville up and wins by 4 scores over Cedar Springs. Interesting there, and of course our game has just gone final as well. So a lot of interesting games. Unity Christian up over Forest Hills Eastern. They will have South Christian as South Christian's beating up on Grand Rapids Christian. All of those games and much more you can find on MichiganSportsRadio.com/live scores. Alrighty, time for some awards. Let's start with your Centennial Securities play of the game, and we give it to the winning score. Skylar Gurink, 39-yard touchdown run late in the fourth quarter. He finds his way to the end zone, and for our that was our Lakeshore Sewing Threading the Needle play of the game. And for our Centennial Securities player of the game, we go right back to Skylar Gurink. 2 touchdowns, 161 yards. He could have had about 20 more yards as well if he would have gone to the end zone instead of sliding down on that last game-clinching play that he had as well. So, Centennial Securities Player of the Game, Skylar Gerg. He also wraps up the Lakeshore Sewing Threading the Needle play of the game. What's next for Zeeland West fans? Matt's been with you all season long. He'll be back next week, so don't worry. You don't have to deal with me again next week. Matt will be back next week, thankfully for everyone here on Michigan Sports Radio. If I didn't, for some reason, if you still listen and want to listen to more of myself, and thankfully Chandler Timmer will be back with me tomorrow. We're right back on the air. I've got about 15 hours or whatever it is to rest my voice, and we've got a great one. 12:30 tomorrow on MichiganSportsRadio.com/MGN and wherever else you may have listened tonight. Granville, Caledonia. Cannot wait for it. It's maybe the best rematch and maybe the best matchup in West Michigan this weekend. It's going to be a ton of fun. Congrats to the Ducks. Zeeland West moving on 36-28 over Lowell. For everyone at Michigan Sports Radio and Michigan Game Night, I am Nate Dreyer signing off. We'll see you all next time.